Hello, hello. Oh, wait a second. Uh, oh man, I just started stream. Forgot to get a drink. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink. Be right back. Right back. Uh, me add some music. Boom, 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 boom. It's the Sandman. Will be a dream. Go, Mr. Sandman. I just watched episode 2 of like Stranger Things. Season 5. Mr. Sandman. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can hear it. Oh yeah. Okay, I have a drink now. Oh shit, now that's some crazy ass freaking music. Paul Anka, Big 15. So we watched Stranger Things episode 2. And it got better. I kind of liking it now. You know? Conversations between Hopper and LL. The Wheeler freaking family dynamic. You got the thing with Max and what's his name? Wait. Uh wait. You know the thing about like when you're like watching things and you're trying to recap them and like regurgitate or like say things in your own right, you know Lucas and Max, right? Then there's these things that are coming up when it comes to like Lucas and Max. You getting Will like finally doing something and no longer just like a background. No, well, Will is like doing something when the bat's swinging. seasons, but like this time you really have been spoiled when it comes to like what Will is going to become. And I'm starting to see it now that their direction were freaking Will. Like he's really taking initiative and being like that kind of guy. So that was Will. Uh, there's also Dustin. Dustin, yeah, we finally see Dustin coming back like from the crawl because he got beat the fuck up because he just wants to like really like see the Hellfire Club be existing, you know? Which is like he is literally fighting two battles at once. When it's kind of hard for him, you know. Well, he actually can, but he got beat the fuck up. We have been like thank God he was like he didn't die from being getting beat up, but he got beat up. And then yeah, Dustin and yeah, Dustin and Steve. Oh my freaking god! Holy fucking shit! The Google searches for Stranger Things. You get to roll a D20, and then you're in the upside down. It takes you to the upside down. Oh my freaking god! And the entire text is upside down now. That is crazy. Yeah, the entire cast is crazy. So those are the things when it comes to like Stranger Things. It's kind of nice. The best thing probably is season three. Yeah, season three. The best one is season three. I think season three is like nah. Every season is really good when it comes to Stranger Things. I completely forgot what about season two is all about. Season four was like going back to like L's past, right? Yes, an introduction effect now. Season two is the Mind Flayer or more Demigorgons. Oh, season three was the Mind Flayer. Season two, what was season two? I don't remember season two. Let me check what season two is about. Okay, it's still 90% in Rotten Tomatoes, by the way. Yeah, what the hell is season two, anyways? Ah, season two was the mall. Oh my god, there really are kids then. Ah, it is the Mind Flayer. Yes, and like I'll close the gate. Oh, that was season two. Yes, the bitchin. Yes, that was that bitchin. What's like season 3? Oh, this was Finding Hopper, I think. Yeah, Finding Hopper from the other side of the upside down. Like his escape from Russia, I think. Yeah. Oh, this was like Hopper going somewhere else. Yeah, because this is the mall kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was Stranger Things episode 2. Episode 2 was kind of nice because we got into like a lot of things unraveling, a lot of conflict going on. Like the conflict is starting, but it's not risen to its peak yet. Yeah, there's just like Henry. I forgot that one like Vecna's name is Henry. Oopsie. Oh, now we know. uh, Life could be a dream. So that was like Things season 2. I episode 2, season 5. And then I'm starting to watch now the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we start with Iron Man. Yes, based on phases. I'm gonna start to watch based on phases. So we're gonna start with phase 1. Not I don't want to watch it in chronological order. I'm gonna watch it through the phases based on the release. Yeah, I didn't realize that you can watch it in chronological order. If I'm gonna watch it in chronological order, that's gonna be like no. I want to watch it through the phases, like phase 1. Yeah, phase 4 was like phase 1 was just completely trash. No, wasn't. Was it? Was it? Was it? Was it not? No. No, life could be the Iron Man was really, really iconic of a movie. They really, really started it off with Iron Man, and people like fucking loved it. And then we get Hulk, the only Hulk movie we ever gonna get into the entire MCU. The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton. Yes, the Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton. But there's still like Ross. Ross is still there. General Ross. Let's see who the cast is. Incredible Hulk 2008. After the stream, I'm gonna watch it probably. Yeah. So we're gonna be here for like an hour and a half or something. Yeah. So Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk movie. So Incredible Hulk. Ugh, yikes! 68%. That was gonna be shit. No. But I do loved it, man. It's one of those movies that I really love. I just like the CGI Hulk. No, what I liked about it was like these. Wait, let me see. It was like the Abomination, Tim Roth, like going there. Yeah, Edward Norton, Luke Ferrigno. Like someone my dad knows about like Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Like my dad knows about Lou. Lou Ferrigno has like the first freaking Hulk back then. He knows about him. Anyways, I like Tim Roth fighting off like the Hulk. That scene when he was like just a man fighting off the Hulk. That was so freaking cool for me. Oh my god, Liv Tyler, it's Betty Ross? Holy shit. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Did Martin Starr? Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna watch Incredible Hulk. I'm gonna get shitted on, and yeah, because it's gonna be like two shitty freaking movies. This is a 68. Do you know how fucking awful like Captain America: Brave New World is? Do you know how fucking awful that is? I think it's much more worse. Like, yeah, it's a 5. Oh my god, this is awful. What the fuck did they do with Brave New? What the fuck are they doing with Brave New World, man? But like everybody like Thunderbolts, like Eternals, like Eternals isn't that bad too. Oh, it's awful. It's the same. It's that awful too. Like what the fuck? Yeah, they don't want to like talk about Eternals anymore. Oh man. Yeah. No Eternals. What else is freaking awful? Like Miss Marvel is, I think, is really good, right? Miss Marvel. Yeah, they love this one. But I haven't finished it. Fuck, I didn't even watch the thingies. I have so many backlog and homework. I have to watch I haven't watched, that was Miss Marvel. I haven't watched the Vox Machina. Oh my god, I haven't finished the Vox Machina one. Fuck. Alright. So that was that. Watching the entire MCU? Wow. That's gonna be a fun freaking ride. I liked it. This is the last act of defiance from the great Tony Stark. Ah, that was a really good ass freaking lines from Jensen, man. Jensen, bro. Best side character. Yeah. Except from the Ant-Man ones. Except from the Ant-Man side characters, like, the Ant-Man is nice too, it's funny. Yeah, Ant-Man is nice. Quantumania was fucking shit. They say Quantumania is fucking shit, but I think it's freaking funny. Ant-Man Quantumania. This is a 6, another 46. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those freaking Modok was so fucking funny in Quantumania, man. Quantumania is fucking funny. Man, the aftermath, like phase 4 movies. Let me see. Where's my Gemini app? So that was like that, right? So Phase 4, Black Widow, that was good. Shang-Chi was good. Eternals, shit. Spider-Man, like fucking amazing. Multiverse of Madness, it was okay. Love and Thunder, it was okay. Black Panther Forever, okay, good. Wakanda Forever was good. That was the entire Phase 4. Like, what the fuck is Phase 4 all about, man? Like, huh? You don't even know. It's like introduction of Shang-Chi and all those freaking things. Like introduction of Shang-Chi, a reset when it comes to Spider-Man, Doctor Strange like doing some stupid ass things with Sam Raimi. Like what the heck was that? They gave Sam Raimi a shot and people hated it. And then got Phase 5, we got Quantumania. Quantumania. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Okay, that was good. Marvels, that was good. Deadpool and Wolverine, yeah, fuck yeah. Brave New World, holy shit, that was awful. Thunderbolts, fuck yeah. Okay, they like gained back. Like Phase 5, they regained. Like they were like much more better. Like how many awful movies when it comes to Phase 4? Like one, Eternals, was Stranger Things. That was the only thing there. That was awful. Stranger Things and like Eternals. Doctor Strange and Eternals was like fucking awful. Spider-Man was amazing. Shang-Chi was great. Black Widow was kind of okay, good. Thor: Love and Thunder is good. Thor: Love and Thunder. No, Thor: Love and Thunder was fucking dog shit. So 3, 4, 3. That was okay. 3, 4, 3. Alright, that was kind of like hard freaking fumble coming up from Phase 3. Because Phase 3, like holy fucking shit, like understanding Phase 3 and then understanding Phase 4, like 3 freaking flops out of freaking 6 in like freaking Phase 4. And then we go to Phase 5 and it's looking kind of better, man. Got Thunderbolts, Deadpool, Wolverine, Marvels, good Guardians of the Galaxy. So like Quantumania and freaking Brave New World. Those were like freaking dog shit. Two. We got 2 freaking movies. I think like the MCU is being judged by their freaking worst freaking movies like right now when it comes to like their offerings, and it's like they're being judged from their awful freaking movies from the phases that they're like being showing up. But overall, it's still a pretty good freaking run. It's just that the awful things are really, really freaking awful dog shit ones. And it's kind of like, what the fuck has happened there? Yeah, coming from Phase 3 too, especially coming from Phase 3. Oof. Especially coming from Phase 3. But they're still gonna keep making movies, man. Yeah, Phase 6, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man Brand New Day, July 31, 2026. Wow, Phase 6 is just like 3 movies. They like cut off in the freaking amount of movies that they want to show. So it's probably a great step back and a quality check when it comes to like what they wanted to do and what they wanted to show. Okay. Yeah, I'm not short on time, man. Like we have like the entire freaking year to be able to do all of this. We have the entire freaking year to be able to like. Well, that's the plan. Have the entire fucking year to be able to like understand Doomsday and probably like, yeah, fucking Doomsday is amazing. You know. That's the thing. That's the plan for the Marvels. Get caught up in the freaking MCU. Yeah, that's probably another goal for like the year. Get caught up, study a little bit, study the entire MCU for a little bit, you know? So that was that. Iron Man was fucking amazing. I watched it and like I really have fun when it comes to Iron Man. So next one is the Hulk. Probably not that much fun, but fun. I don't know. I don't know. Then Iron Man 2 and then Thor. You know, Thor is nice. The first Thor movie, the people like that one. Then Captain America vs Avenger. See, when it comes to Phase 1, they got two freaking flops, right? Iron Man 2 and Incredible Hulk. But the Avengers was so freaking good for everybody else that it's just like, oh my freaking god. It just like see it in like in their in each freaking phase, there's like this one freaking big movie that like freaking culminates or like it's the culmination of all these freaking movies, right? That somehow like all these movies build up to this one freaking movie. Then it comes to like freaking phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. But when it comes to phase 4, like what the fuck happened there? Where's that freaking movie that will be cumulated and we'll be able to see as like the thingy? Is it just like a fucking great reset? So the entire like post blip in the multiverse, like somehow like the multiverse exists. That's the point of phase 4, the existence of the multiverse. Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange like Multiverse of Madness, but like Love and Thunder, what the fuck happened there? Eternals, what the heck was that? Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi was good. Eternals, what? Black Widow, okay. Now phase 4, they didn't add like WandaVision, they didn't add Hawkeye, they didn't add no? Yeah, because there's freaking series. There's like a TV show you need to watch too. Phase Phase 4 and Phase 5 is probably the most amount of freaking content that they busted out. But like with the amount of freaking content they lost freaking quality by releasing so many. So they risked their quality for quantity and look what happened. Like a lot of it was shit. And now we're like stuck here thinking and now I'm stuck here contemplating and thinking I should have watched the entire TV shows except for WandaVision. Like I've watched the other TV shows and it is freaking good. I haven't watched She-Hulk. I enjoyed She-Hulk, but it has this woke shit in it. Yeah, the people like hate that woke shit in it, but I'm like, eh, kind. Yeah, people hate the woke shit in it and the messaging. People hate those kinds of messaging, and I understand. And sometimes I do those kinds of messaging, and I don't know when I'm wrong or not wrong. And those freaking things, I do think that it's okay, but it's like, oh, so it's wrong. It's not okay. That kind of messaging is not okay. Yeah, how was She-Hulk like? Wait, uh, and they call it puppy love. No, in Phase 4, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is really good. Loki. Loki was good. Black Widow. What if is good? See, they did not add the freaking good freaking shows. Like WandaVision, Falcon, okay. WandaVision, Falcon, the Winter Soldier was kinda okay. But there's like of all the flops they have in Phase 4, it's only Eternals, uh Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder. What else is freaking a flop here? She-Hulk. Okay, let's include She-Hulk. There's only like four? Four out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 4 out of 17. All the freaking 4 out of 17. Four flops out of 17. Like, it's pretty good. It's really okay. It's just like, yeah, with all this freaking content, I think they saturated the entire superhero like genre. They kind of oversaturated it, but it's just like they say it's oversaturated, but for me, it's if I just want to watch superhero movies, it's probably not enough. If I'm only there for if I'm only for movies, if I only watch superhero movies and like superhero TV shows, it's probably not enough. But like it's only coming from Marvel, man. Like this is only Marvel 16, and I fucking hated it because it's 16. How many? One, two, three, four, eight. Yeah, it's 16. It's 16 shows. 16 releases. Yeah, it's kind of like freaking tiring. Like Phase 4, like, I'm always there for Phase 4. Phase 5, Ant-Man, Galaxy, Secret Invasions, I watched. Loki Season 2, I watched. The Marvels, I've watched. What If Season 2, I've watched. Echo, did not watch. Deadpool and Wolverine, watch. Agatha, I watched. What If Season 3, I watched. Captain America Brave New World, I watched and fucking slept through it in the freaking movie theaters. Daredevil, Born Again, did not watch. Thunderbolts, watch. Ironheart, did not watch. I only got to catch up with Echo. Like I kind of like I was there halfway to it, but dropped it. Where is Miss Marvel? Where's Miss Marvel? Miss Marvel is like in Phase 4. Miss Marvel is Phase 4. Yeah, it's holy shit. Phase 4, Phase 5 was crazy insane. Phase 6, not a lot much. Holy fuck, Phase 4 and Phase 5. There's so many. I think they got fucked over by COVID, man. Like the amount of production freaking quality that they were able to produce when it comes to like the timeline when it comes to Phase 4. When it comes to the freaking timeline, like 2025, that's supposed to be like Doomsday. Like 2023, right? Something like that. Yeah, but we didn't get to see those freaking things because like on the freaking timeline, it's crazy insane. They just want to hop around the they just want to hop on the success of Phase 3 and ending with like Endgame, and then they just like want like people still want to see more of freaking from Marvel. Supposedly that is the assumption. That's why they like brought up all of these freaking things, and they were really banking on it. But it's just like it's I don't know. They somehow listened. They somehow listened to their freaking viewers, and because of like superhero fatigue and shit. No, that's not superhero fatigue. Superhero fatigue is like, yeah, that's like Wonder Man. Wonder Man might be like something interesting to watch later on in January. Yeah, Wonder Man. Wonder Man is something to watch. Yeah, holy freaking shit! Didn't realize it was so many. It's so many. Yeah, I didn't realize. Didn't realize it was like so many things that were released, and I somehow watch all of it. I'm like, superhero fatigue. What? Yeah, I kind of got fatigued by Phase 5 because I'm kind of like starting to watch other things other than superhero stuff. Phase 5. Wait. So that was that. That was something to like be able to planning on whatever it is to watch. So after that we were done with planning on whatever it is that we're gonna watch. That was the entire MCU to be watched, like to be determined if I'm gonna watch it. How many hours is that? It's probably 400, 200, like probably around 200 hours. Probably around 200 hours. It's just easy. 200 hours is easy for a gamer, man. To dedicate 200 hours to something as like a hardcore gamer, it's easy. It's easy. This is 200 hours. Like it's easy, bro. Like committing 200 hours for Marvel is it's, it's easy, bro. It's just It's just meh. Uh, it's alright. 200 hours. It's alright. It's a gamer. It's alright. I think I'm probably gonna be taking notes as I watch, just to keep it the interactivity to the gaming thingy, the gaminess of the thing, right? Yes, just so like I can still feel like I'm still playing while watching the entire freaking thing. Plus, it's like a much more immersive freaking things, like ask questions and all those freaking things. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not gonna go very very deep. I don't want to go very very deep because I've learned my lesson when trying to go deep in the Deadpool freaking thing. Never, never get to finish anything. So that was that. Yeah. I never get to like get talking about. Ooh. Alright. Going to Instagram now. Yeah, I'm gonna show you my Instagram again. I'm gonna watch Instagram now. We gotta go watch Instagram before I get piled up. Oh, let's see. It was where we at? Oh, there it is. Die. You just you. Oh, wait. Oh, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you have to hide away for so long. We're gonna watch now. Where was it? Where's the thing? Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the thing.
Scientists just figured out how to reverse aging with AI, and this is a massive breakthrough. We can now reprogram any human cell back to age 20. Heart cells, skin cells, brain cells, all reset to their biological prime. But here's the technology to do this has existed since 2012. It won the Nobel Prize. But the real breakthrough wasn't possible until this year, when they supercharged it with AI. It's a wild story. So in 2006, scientists discovered Yamanaka factors. They're proteins that can basically convert any normal cell into a universal stem cell. Now, this discovery was a huge deal because these stem cells are basically like magic healers. If you have torn muscle tissue, you can inject these stem cells into the area and they will turn into the youthful muscle cells that you need. So Yamanaka factors were an insane breakthrough because they allowed any human to turn any cell you already have into a magic healer. But there was one big problem. It turns out the original Yamanaka factors weren't very good at this stem cell conversion. They could do it, but they just weren't reliable enough to make a product. Enter OpenAI. And this is where things get crazy. OpenAI designed a special AI model built specifically to create new proteins. Think of it like ChatGPT, but for protein engineering. So they took all the original Yamanaka research and gave it to this AI model to go ham on improving it. And guess what happened? Their new version is 50 times more effective than the original. They tested it on 50-year-old cells, and it successfully started repairing 30% of the cells in just 7 days. And this isn't science fiction, this actually happened. And it sounds crazy, but in a few years, humans will be able to take a shot that literally reverses the age of their cells. Shout out science. Scientists just figured out how to reverse.
Yeah, we're getting reverse aging. Brian Johnson is gonna be fucking immortal. That goddamn freaking billionaire is gonna end up being immortal, man. I swear he's gonna go under this freaking treatment and he's gonna be able to return to his 20-year-old freaking body, and he's gonna say fuck you to the rest of the freaking world, follow what I do, and yeah. Holy freaking shit. IRL vampires now. Like, but we're no longer sick in the blood. No. Probably in 30 years it's gonna be like a vaccine. We're gonna treat, probably in the next 30 freaking years, we're gonna treat it like some kind of like freaking vaccine, and then it reverses aging like that, and probably like, yeah, all I need to do is survive freaking 30 years and it's gonna be mass produced and it's gonna be cheap towards the public. Hopefully, it's gonna be like that, and then we're gonna be able to like go into one of those Love, Death, and Robots episode where everybody is freaking immortal, but at the cost of immortality, we're gonna like be able to control the freaking population because everything is gonna be overpopulated now. There's no freaking deaths, and then everything's gonna be overpopulated, and we're gonna keep killing children. Or we could just expand into freaking space, and then we have freaking space, right? So we have immortals in freaking space, here in Earth, and all those freaking things. You know what? Yeah, it's a great time to be a billionaire because you'll be able to like, oh shit, I can afford that freaking treatment. Yeah, fuck that. Reverse freaking aging. There's no point in. Yeah, billionaires are gonna be freaking immortal in the next freaking 10 years. They're practically freaking immortal at that freaking point because of the treatments that they're gonna be able to take. And the only way for them to die is to do a Luigi Mangione. It's to a Luigi. Okay. Anyways. Okay. On to the next one.
This is the Notpla.
That
Pipette.
is
It's really easy to use. You just nip, twist, and claw.
a solution to single-use plastics is seaweed wrappers. Like seaweed freaking wrappers, seaweed based wrappers. Like, look at this
I'm
shit.
Sarah.
It's so
I'm
good.
a category owner here at Notpla, and this is the Pipette. A Notpla Pipette is a
Pipette.
seaweed-derived alternative
Pipette.
to single-use plastic sachets. They encapsulate liquids such as olive oils, honeys, syrups, and more. Pipettes are trying to solve a massive problem where over 2 billion single-use plastic sachets or pots are disposed of in the environment every year. These are 100% natural, fully compostable, seaweed-based alternative. We have just introduced a very exciting partnership with Oleafen for our 5 milliliter size portion. They are the world's highest polyphenol extra virgin olive oil producer. They have 30 times higher polyphenols than other extra virgin olive oils on the market. The high polyphenols support your heart health and brain function. This partnership with Oleafen is really exciting to Notpla. They're a carbon negative company producing minus 16 kilograms of carbon dioxide per liter of olive oil. Oleafen
Now that's a shit then.
milliliter portion health shop package. The subscription package is live now, so make sure to check out their website. This partnership brings together health, sustainability, and convenience, and we're really excited to see.
I've been gathering this is the algorithm before I decided to like see the truth as to things, right? Before I see the truth, before I decided to go to a direction of seeing truth, okay? This is the algorithm so far. It's very, very optimistic, very, very open, like to things. But later on, we'll see. Well, later on, probably like a lot later. But there is like crazy ass truths, right? We understood the truths when it comes to the Chinese freaking market. That it's not as like glamorous as it would be. Like it's not like a perfect freaking thing when it comes to freaking buyers, you know? So it's like that. Anyways, when it comes to these things, it's just really good that there's like products like this, but it's just the implementation and the adoption of like current freaking manufacturers and all those freaking things. Like, how is this gonna be able to be profitable towards them? Because right now the cost of like using single-use sachets is much more cheaper than this like the seaweed freaking container, you know, the pipette. Yeah.
7 trends that are beautiful but impractical. Number 1 is the sculpt.
Yes, I'm saying about truth, right? It's just the beauty when it comes to these freaking things, but the truth when it comes to the truth when it comes to these freaking things that you'll see. The truth to these freaking trends, right?
Made of stone or porcelain tile. That thing is junk. It's only good for attracting bugs, germs, and disease. How delightful. Number 2, it's the wooden cabinet in the bathroom. I don't know who was the genius that invented putting wood in the bathroom. That it needs to be washed frequently. The bathroom humidity also damages it, and there's even a water outlet inside the cabinet. That's insane. Here at home, we use the ceramic basing, a stone shelf, and organizing baskets. But if you really insist on a cabinet, put it above the sink. Wait, where it won't get wet, it will only get the humidity from the shower. And also ask for it to be made with this MDF that resists humidity. Number 3 is making stairs or a staircase with posterin. I always tell people not to make a sink with posterin because it will chip at the corners. Imagine a staircase with with 300 corners. At least on the day it's made, it looks nice for taking pictures. Then afterwards, we just have to learn to live with everything cracked. To avoid making mistakes, it's simple. Just do it like in the old days. Continue using stone. Even a simple and cheaper stone is better than porcelain tile. One thing is for sure, and the corner won't break. Number 4, use small tiles on the floor and on the bathroom wall. A parrot with a golden beak, how much? The smaller the tile, the more grout. It only looks this beautiful for the first month. A month later, the grout will be all grimy, full of mildew. If a large tile is already difficult to keep the grout clean, let alone the tiny gaps, that's no good. Number 5 is the famous invisible drain. I think it has that name because the dirt underneath it stays invisible. And then you only smell the stench when you take off the lid. Make a note, going to wash your hair. Wash it at the same time. Number 6 is the box style house. And it's not because the houses all look the same, it's because they have to use this roof, which instead of channeling the water out of the house, channels it inside. And then any new development with gutter attell or rum, you'll have a pool on top of the slab and about 30 leaks throughout the house. It's a mousetrap for catching water. Number 7 is the ceiling shower. Depending on its height, there will be less pressure than you have. Install a pressurizer. If it breaks down, it will ruin your ceiling, and replacing it would be a miracle. That one is already done for, it's beyond repair. And now tell us here how much these 7 trends you managed to avoid in your home. Oh, and you know, if you like home improvement and decoration tips, don't forget to follow and like. Warm regards. 7 trends.
Yep, 7 freaking trends. Look at that. Trends for freaking houses, and you'll be like, oh yeah, it does like make it look aesthetic, but at the cost of like the cost of efficiency or like actually longevity. Yeah, for aesthetic.
How did a country that used to look like this now
This
have
one,
of
this
the
is
best
Taiwan.
recycling systems
Yeah,
in
this
the
is
world?
Taiwan, man.
If you want a glimpse of what the future of plastic recycling looks like, this might be it.
Welcome, Tina. Nice to meet you. Sandy. Welcome to our AI sorting robotic center.
The AI sorting arms identify 17 types, from plastics and metals to paper.
Okay, so is this the celebrity AI? The celebrity arm that you see?
The AI
Look at that, it's just
isn't
swords.
just for the sorting facility. Dafon also wants to bring it to its regeneration plant, which is where all the good plastic goes to get a second chance at life, this time as pellets. And it's a family affair. This is Dafon's CEO, Matt Lin, who is Sandy's dad. This is where the bales of sorted plastic are cut.
I just love that he just approached them in their freaking factory with t-shirt and freaking shorts. He's just like wearing a t-shirt.
In
He's a
recycling,
CEO.
material is the most important factor, so this stage is crucial.
You know?
Mold it into pellets. The AI takeover isn't far in the future.
Yeah, he's just in a t-shirt with a tote bag. Holy freaking shit, bro.
整个新的
Yeah, your business is freaking recycling freaking plants. Like, okay.
设备都测试完成之后，大概 reduce 了 90%，对，减了90%的。
哎呀，那你觉得这个是对这个生命自己的 jobs 怎么办？
It's the tough to choose.
Taiwan has a lot of big industry, in particular semiconductors and petrochemicals, so there's big potential for reuse there. That industry is exactly what makes its recycling infrastructure work. The country already has the industrial base to handle the manufacturing processes needed in recycling at scale. How did a country that used
Yep, that is crazy. That is Taiwan, man. Taipei. Yeah, they have the industry to back up those entire freaking thing, but we don't have that kind of industry here. Oh, look at this shit.
24 ladders in one. Store's small, so that's 4'7" in storage. Hinge at the top, open it up, and it automatically locks into place. These rock locks on the side, you give them a little squeeze, move the ladder, and pop it back into place. Then it will find the rung and lock automatically. So you're right here, you get right where you want to be. Rotate that up around, then the top part first. Walk that up against your wall, and this is where you'll go one rung at a time the rest of the way up. Kind of looks like a cheese grater, but it's really a platform to stand on. You put it right here, slide it in, and then to get up past it, you walk through it. And then you use your toe to slide it out. So there you go. Got both hands free. Easy to do the work that way. And then to get down, I'm going to step back up, slide it in, walk right through like it's not even there. And you realize, of course, the ground's not flat, right? So how about just making the leg a little bit longer?
Yeah, the thing is like when it's gonna.
We got
like how do you store it?
So you can compensate whatever the ground's doing. Now,
Yeah, a little bit of rust is gonna fuck that thing up well
the
already.
ladder will come out.
Holy crap.
Little 4-footer ready to go. Trestle brackets. So drop that in the inside here. One more on here. About 15 or 20 seconds, and I'm ready for a plank so that we can make some scaffolding out of that. You too? Come on, let's get you on here. Go ahead and step back off. I wanted you to understand how strong that really is. 24 ladders in one.
Yeah, 24 ladders in one.
The store's small.
24 ladders in one.
When did you go through menopause?
Yeah, I don't know why, but this is like what they're showing me, menopause shit, bro. Yeah, because I don't know why, man. I'm like, why the fuck is my reel showing me menopause shit, bro?
Perimenopause is
Mood swings.
hot flashes. Hot flashes. It's just hot flashes and night sweats is the biggest crock of that's ever been delivered to people. We are harming women.
My name is Sadhvi Siddhali Shri. I'm a Jain monk, and apparently, I'm in perimenopause.
So menopause is one day in your life, medically. You should begin noticing perimenopausal symptoms between the ages of 35 and 45.
The depression, brain fog, can't sleep at night, my bones hurt, no sex drive.
She's not the same person. She was crazy. Well, was she really?
It's so empty and it's so lonely, and you feel like there's nothing out there. You really suffer, and you don't know how to communicate because you don't know what's happening.
I feel steady in my soul. I feel peaceful in my soul. But why is my body, why is my mind becoming an enemy to me?
It's your hormones.
There is practically no estrogen in your system.
Oh, lo and behold, of course, this is perimenopause.
What does a treatment plan look like?
A generation of women has been disadvantaged by not being offered hormone therapy.
There was this big fear, oh my gosh, hormones cause cancer.
No, we're not going to fool around with estrogen because this is dynamite.
They're dangerous. That is just not true.
You're really defying Mother Nature's plan for you.
If you are a woman hot flashing your way to a divorce right now, wouldn't you like to know that there is just a 0.1% chance, actually?
No one makes me feel like you do.
Do I have to be on hormones for the rest of my life?
Can there be other ways, like natural ways through food?
We have to teach the journey so that we're adequately prepared.
Unless we get in front of this, frailty is our destiny. It's gonna take a generation of women that stands up and says, not me.
I don't know why. I don't know why, man. Balance. I don't know why. I don't know why they're showing me menopause, perimenopause. Yeah, perimenopause. Yeah, yeah. They're showing me this shit. Crazy, eh? Crazy, crazy. On to the next one.
So you call yourself a golfer? I hear that a lot these days. Every summer they flock here in their masses. Come to Iceland, where the grass is green and the light is golden. Well, I can tell you there's a lot more to golf here than that. There are two types of golfers. You have the children of the summer. They play with tourists. Off front tees, they lay up on par fives. And then there are those who remain when the days get short and the wind grows deep. Because if you want to become a real golfer, you must be ready to walk through mud and rain, in the cold and the dark, and to climb the highest dune. And play until your feet and hands are numb. The real ones are here when the sun is gone and the ball is lost. These are the golfers that will carve their name in the frost.
Buster nearly hit you.
tourists.
Yep, that's golfing. That was golf.
That's why the Chinese.
This is crazy. More Chinese glazing. More Chinese glazing, and I'm like all in for it, man. Yeah, because I was like waiting for like Chinese New Year to like bust out all of this freaking thing, but nah.
Throw us to anywhere in the world, stack the odds against us, introduce policies that are biased and 100% against us. We'll be like, I think the behavior and personality of a race is highly dependent on their traditional game. For the Chinese, it's mahjong. For the Westerners, it's chess. Now, mahjong and chess are actually very similar games. It's all about strategy. You try and think ahead, you outmaneuver your opponent, and you beat them. But it's a fundamental difference. In chess, you start fair and square. Everybody is equal. Am I right? You all start with the same pieces. 8 pawns, 2 castles, 2 knights, 2 bishops, 1 king, 1 queen. Fair and square. In mahjong, my Chinese friend, you don't know what you're starting with, man. Right? It's like trying to play chess, but you start with 13 pawns, half a knight, and a cross-eyed king. And you're trying to play against 3 other people who could have multiple queens. That's how insanely unfair it is. But in mahjong, you cannot stop the game. You cannot go, stop, referee. Wow. Cannot lah. Hey, redraw. Sorry guys, redraw. Cannot play lah. It's so unfair. You can't do that. In mahjong, you look at your start, at the circumstances that you have been given, and you sigh inside. And then you go, what to do? Play first. That's why the Chinese are what we are. That's why you can throw us to anywhere in the world, stack the odds against us, introduce policies that are biased and 100% against us. We'll be like, what to do? Play first. Because our game is mahjong. Westerners are very competitive, sometimes stupidly so. But they are a lot about fair play and justice and equal, because their game is chess. Now the Malays. Can you all relax? Every time I say Malay, all like,
Now the Malays.
That's why the...
Bro, have you heard about Jesus in Home Alone?
This is crazy. The Jesus in Home Alone.
No, like he's in Home Alone.
In it. He makes an appearance.
Symbolically. Old Man Marley is the symbol of Jesus. The first time we see the old man, what is he doing?
He's salting the sidewalk.
He's out serving the people. The second time he shows up is when Kevin's kind of doing this outward talking to himself, almost like a prayer, right? And he's saying, I'm not afraid anymore. Who shows up? Old Man Marley shows up. He runs away because he's scared. That's rejection number 2. Now the third time, this is when it gets really good. The third time we see him, the old man shows up in the convenience store when Kevin's trying to buy the toothbrush. He is signaled by a bell, and the bell represents...
An angel gets its wings.
So he's been symbolized with heavenly things. The old man shows up, puts his hand on top of the counter. We see a shot through the glass of his palm.
Hold on.
Yeah, Old Man Marley.
Why didn't I see this before? This changes everything.
We see his palm, bloody. Rejection number 3. Now it's becoming almost undeniable who Marley represents. The next time we see him, Kevin is in the church and he sees Old Man Marley. Now, this is so amazing. While the choir is singing Oh Holy Night, they sing, fall on your knees. What does the old man do? He stands up because he is to be worshipped. He is not the worshiper. Then there's a long beat. The choir says, oh, hear the angels' voices. And it's the first time the old man speaks in the film. And he says,
Merry Christmas.
They have this wonderful conversation that we'll talk about in a minute. But it ends with Old Man Marley shaking Kevin's hand. And we see a tight shot of a Band-Aid on the back of his hand. So now we've seen the front, that's been damaged, and we see the back, so we know that he has been pierced through.
It's all trippy.
Now fast forward to the end of the movie. Kevin's called the cops.
I'm calling the cops.
He runs into the neighbor's house. He goes down into the basement. Here we see the hero's journey. Kevin is reborn. He literally runs through water and arises up, becoming a new creature. The bad guys catch him and they hang him. Another symbol. And who saves Kevin? Literally the savior of Kevin. And he represents Jesus in Home Alone. Now we go to the very end of the movie. Kevin's looking through the window, through the falling snow, beautiful music, and we see old man Marley hugging his son. Earlier, from the conversation at the church, the old man is lamenting. He's saying,
I'm not welcome with my son.
now we have reconciliation with God and his children. That is the Christmas story. And this is one of the many, many reasons, dude, that I just love movies. Symbols and parables hidden in plain sight for all to see, and a filmmaker who uses that power for good. I think it's a beautiful thing.
When it comes to symbols and parables, it's like Iron Man like saying they're no longer having the weapons division. It's like same with Zuckerberg going meta, right? It's no longer focusing on like social media freaking thing, like understanding the wrongs of his the social media, the thing that he has built, and be able to like, oh, this is so we're switching to VR, all those sort of things. Right? I kind of like it, but it's I don't know.
It's nice, Zane. It is a nice thought.
Bro, have you heard about Jesus in Home Alone?
It's a nice thought.
That boy is
Get back in the car! Get in the car!
Oh my god!
What the is this so messy? Jesus, so much shit in here! What's wrong with you? Do you have kids? No. God, this is disgusting!
I'm just a girl.
God! Stay there!
I don't know why.
Yay! It's so clean.
What the is that sound? Is that your engine?
I mean, I can't usually hear that because, you know, I'm like blasting my tunes.
It's like a clock on me. What the is wrong with your engine? When was the last time you checked your oil?
What do you mean, checked your oil?
What do you mean? What do you mean, check your oil?
Yeah, it's a big repair. Gonna cost you a couple grand.
Oh, that's the sound we want.
Nothing. It's nothing. You wouldn't care.
What is it?
I'm just really hungry. I'm like, I don't think I'm a very good captive when I'm like super hungry and my tummy's so grumbly because
There's peanuts in the glove box. Why don't you have the peanuts in the glove box?
I don't want peanuts. I want McDonald's.
And then they went to McDonald's.
Get a piece of grilled chicken by itself, a large Diet Coke, and large fries, please.
And your drink is a large.
Yeah,
Did you say it was a large?
I said large.
That boy is
Get back in the car!
The freaking comments. Leave the comments.
This is so messy.
Where are the comments?
What's
Oh
wrong
fuck!
with
How
you?
do you shit?
Scientists just.
How do you show the comments? How do you show the comments?
Get back in the car! Get in the car!
Fuck! I gotta show the comments. Remember if it goes like this? Oh, there's the comments. You can see it there. Yeah.
Is this so messy?
Oh, there.
Jesus, so much shit in here!
There.
Do you have kids?
Now you can see the comments.
Disgusting!
I'm just a girl.
Let's see. Oh my god, I couldn't read the shit. It's so small.
Stay there!
I'm just a girl. Would you still rob me if I was a worm? Yes, on the next one.
Coming, Glenn. This at the crib. We got an email from Google saying they got the new Pixel coming out. this Google Pixel now. It also come with a VR headset. You know what I'm saying? You understand me? Y'all know I'm coming from. I'm like, VR. I can look 360s. I could be right there as it's slowing down. Google said, yo, try this VR. We got a bunch of apps and certain websites that support VR. I said, certain websites. Well, I don't see the category. Websites.
My buddy got addicted to massage parlors.
Shit.
But I didn't know. And happy.
Is he coming, Glenn?
Yeah, it's all about that. All right, let's go next.
Got addicted to massage parlors. They jerk you off. But I didn't know. And happy endings. That's a real thing. I mean, I knew, but I didn't.
This is like Bradley Cooper, man.
And so I was lonely on the road, but when you do the road, you fly a lot, and it fucks your back up. My back was fucked up, so I'm calling to get a massage. And then the professional place couldn't see me till the next day. So I called another one, and I swear to God, she answered like this, like,
let's follow Craig.
Like, she might as well have said, what's up, big boy? And I went like, oh no, that's a jerk parlor, and I hung up. I swear on my life, bro. But then like 10 minutes went by and I got a boner. And I was like, and then I went. And until you get jerked off by an old Asian lady, I swear to God, I was like, I've been doing it wrong my whole life. This 72-year-old lady just fucking went. She fucking slapped my balls, my taint, and I went, I was like, God damn, how's she better at it than me? Anyways, I was hooked to those for about 2 years.
2 years.
Only like $60.
My body got addicted equals I got addicted.
Anyways, we're up for more shows.
So did it help your back?
Oh, I'm the only one that does it, huh? Okay. All the men on days like, I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. My buddy got addicted to.
Hallelujah! That's too loud. Okay, sorry. Do it nicely. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is your sister.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we spilled a little, but that's okay. Oh, don't look at it. Oh, did you panic? It's okay.
Fuck off, you fat pig.
You just slept for 3 hours? And you just...
Why are you singing so funny?
Why?
Because...
Wow!
Yay!
Yeah!
Hi, I'm Anna. Do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to build a snowman?
No.
Hallelujah!
That's too loud.
Okay, sorry.
Do it nicely.
Next.
Oh, this is your sister.
Okay.
From getting jerked off to baby humor. Nice. We're having trouble playing this video. Why?
Our old phones are being used to help save rainforests all around the world. Yeah, this is so cool. Just one of these devices can save 300 hectares of forest by doing something really smart. This is created by the Rainforest Connection. And what they do is take discarded smartphones and transform them into listening devices deep in tropical forests. The phones are hooked up to solar panels, very cleverly designed to catch the sunlight, camouflaged and stashed high up in the canopies. When the device is up there, it continually listens out for danger sounds, things like chainsaws buzzing, trucks rumbling, gunshots, people walking around that shouldn't be there. And if it hears something suspicious, it sends an alert back to the local rangers who can then deal with it in real time. And this thing works. It was first installed in Sumatra, Indonesia, and within 2 weeks, they caught illegal loggers in the act, and they haven't returned since. One device is estimated to save 3,000 cars worth of emissions from being cut down in forests. This is now in 19 new countries, covering nearly 500,000 hectares of forests which are monitored. So if you have an old phone lying around in a drawer somewhere, well, it could help save a rainforest. Our old phones are being...
Nice.
A 300-year-old South African farm is showing exactly why farm hotels are becoming the hottest luxury trend. This is South Africa's Cape Winelands, a working farm that dates back to 1692. In 2007, Karen Roos and Koos Becker purchased the property and brought in French garden architect Patrice Taravella. He designed a 5-hectare garden called the Versailles of vegetable gardens. And here's the key difference between Babylonstoren and most hotels. They started with the farm. Most properties build a traditional hotel first. Add a spa, landscape the grounds, maybe plant a garden. Then they try to figure out how to make it profitable. Babylonstoren did the opposite. The estate sits in South Africa's Cape Winelands at the foot of the Simonsberg Mountain. And the garden isn't decoration, it's the entire operation. Over 300 varieties, all edible or medicinal. About 70% of the ingredients come directly from the property. Lettuce moves from field to plate in one day. The philosophy is pick, clean, serve. Also, guests don't just eat from the farm. If you stay there, you can harvest your own vegetables for dinner. Press olives into oil. Help milk water buffalo. Learn beekeeping. The estate has a head gardener who teaches soil biology. Composting systems turn garden waste and wine cellar scraps back into soil. Beyond food, they take wellness a step further. The garden spa sits among the gardens with a hammam, a vitality pool, and a salt room. Treatments use botanicals distilled daily from farm-harvested ingredients in the scented room. Babylonstoren is part of 6 sister properties in the UK, Italy, Netherlands, and South Africa. All follow the same model. Build hospitality around existing land and culture. This is the future. Not how to add wellness amenities, but how to make the entire property a regenerative wellness experience. Would you stay at a working farm hotel? Let me know in the comments and follow for more content like this.
That's some bougie ass freaking farm, man.
Exactly why farm hotels are becoming...
Filipinos are looking for ginhawa. That for us is what abundance is actually, when you think about it. And abundance from the West is
Filipino
more
shit
about
now.
driving a Rolls Royce or owning a jet. The American dream. But for the Filipino, it's ginhawa. And for that, it means having a good relationship with your children and with your spouse and with your parents and with God. And then you have enough to be able to survive and thrive. And you have more than enough to give and help. This is the vision. This is the ideal situation where people see each other as equals. And so ginhawa, for me, it's every Filipino is seen with great dignity, with great respect, no matter how much power you have or how little power you have. And that if we tie it up with kapwa, it is really community that will change the lives of people. You're my kapwa, you're my sibling, and I cannot leave you. I cannot abandon you. So that's what I believe we're called to.
Yeah, Ginawa, you're my kappa, you're my sibling. That's why I criticize you so freaking hard. That's why I have this huge ass freaking criticisms towards you. And that's why you are indebted to me, because I did you this and all those freaking things. Yeah, it comes with freaking drawbacks. But it's a good freaking thing. Comes with drawbacks though.
This is more, or as I've been calling it, the taint band-aid. It's a device that men suffering from premature ejaculation can stick on their perineum to help them delay orgasms, or actually intensify them. It does that using electrodes, and, well, for lack of a better phrase, it gently zaps the taint. I first saw this device at CES 2020, and 6 years later, it's finally got FDA clearance and is available to buy.
Yep, they zap right around.
$300, and it comes with a reusable electronic component that plugs into one of 6 single-use adhesive patches that contain the electrodes. You can then control each patch using a companion app, and you can adjust the strength on a scale from 1 to 100, and you know, you can also adjust how often you get zapped and the pattern you get zapped with. It's very customizable. Now, let's get to the hard questions. I tested this on my forearm as I am not a man and I don't have the appropriate body part. But no, it doesn't hurt to take off, and the zaps feel more like vibrations than a shock. It's definitely not a product for everyone, but it is one of the few CES health tech gadgets that I've seen that didn't end up as vaporware. Would you try it? This is more, or as I've been calling it, the taint band.
I'm so glad you stayed.
Speaking of, like, after this freaking, during this freaking things, I came to like a freaking conversation as to, can you last like talking about some freaking topic for at least 5 minutes? for like one freaking topic and to be able to like stay on that freaking topic for like 5 freaking minutes to be able to like gather freaking people to be able to like say something like that. And this is one of those freaking things. It's the Rock's variety. You know what? I've like listened to it a couple of minutes, right? The last couple of minutes, like talking about something. And like the Rock's variety freaking speech about Guillermo del Toro is very, very funny. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's just one of those freaking things that are just like, wow. Yeah, I'm just very amazed by this freaking speech, right?
Because I have a story to tell about Guillermo del Toro, and congratulations on your work tonight. What a beautiful speech. Especially the part about frailty is your strength and how important that is, because I think that speaks to the film that I made and the character that I played, who's a real man. He overdosed twice, he battled his demons, and he was at one time the greatest fighter on the planet. His name was Mark Kerr. And you know, while we don't know what it's like to be the greatest fighter on the planet, can't relate to that, we can all relate to pressure. We can all relate to vulnerability and the fear of being vulnerable, especially men. And I love that you said that about frailty. It is a strength, and vulnerability is a strength too as well. We as men, though, we just gotta talk more. We gotta talk to each other and talk to our loved ones more and not keep it in here like I used to do. It's very unhealthy. So I was going to my very first Golden Globes as a presenter, and it was almost 10 years ago. And The Shape of Water had just, you know, taken over the world. And I go to the Globes, and I ask the person, hey, could you sit me at my table? And I'm walking, and they're walking, and as we're walking past the tables and all these stars, and there's Leo, and wow, there's De Niro and Scorsese, and as we're walking, and I'm like, wow, we're getting pretty close to the stage. This is got the right table for me. So we're walking, and I walk, and it is like this table. It's the main table right in front of the stage, and it's the Shape of Water table. And I went, holy shit, I don't know. You know, that's my name right there. I'm going to sit down. And I met Guillermo. And as Oscar was saying, he embodies this. One of my favorite quotes is, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And that man was so nice to me, and he was so kind to me, and he, of course, loved his films like all of us, so inspiring to meet him as a director. So I'm sitting there at the Shape of Water table, and he's up for Best Director, and the Golden Globe goes to Guillermo del Toro. He gets up, he wins, he gives this beautiful speech, and he comes back, and he's coming back to the table. Now the entire table is up, and they're waiting to greet Guillermo. And he comes, and the first person he sees is me, and he gives me the biggest hug. And before he hugs me, he goes, "We did it!" And I went,
That's some funny shit.
And he, thank you, brother. We did it! And I'll never forget that. And I was with my agent at that time, and he, who's right here, and he's like, did you ever go to Georgia tell you we did it? And I said, he did, we did it. It was one of those nights where everybody afterwards were coming up to me, congratulating me on, hey, congrats on, you know, The Shape of Water, and Guillermo. Thank you very much. Well, you know, we did it. But thank you for being so good and kind to me. We did do it again. I'm so glad you said
we did it.
I have a story.
That is so freaking funny. Alright, next.
You love great food and unforgettable.
Yeah, going to the freaking luxury now, huh?
These 6 restaurants in Dubai are an absolute must try. First,
must try in Dubai, bro.
Rooftop vibes, Pan-Asian.
Speaking of, I kind of want to go to Dubai after watching this, but I don't. Yeah, I'm like, the more I see it, the more I want these freaking things, the more frustrated I am with my current state of life. But not actually frustrated. Frustrated if I wasn't frustrated if I wasn't delusional, okay? But I am very, very delusional, right? I could say the freaking delusional, but I do believe in things. And I do believe I can get those freaking things, man. It's just only a matter of time, man. I'm just waiting for someone to just completely break the fourth wall so that I can just freaking taste this freaking shit and tell you how much I like it or fucking hate it. No? Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of want to go to these bougie ass freaking places just to tell you if it's overrated or not overrated, if it's a really good shit or not good shit, you know. And then understanding that, oh, we do, yeah. Now that I'm delusional as fuck, I'm kind of thinking that, oh, this is like one of I feel and I believe that I can go to these freaking places, man. I believe that I can go to freaking Dubai and go to this freaking restaurant and order these freaking dishes and like be able to enjoy these freaking dishes. I do believe that. I really truly believe that I can do all those freaking things. That's how delusional I am. But it's not real, right? Because like in the material, I can't just where do I get the resources? It's not showing up in my Gcash, not showing up in my bank, not showing up in anything else. So it's probably not real. I don't know, man. But I do believe it. Because there are things that freaking happened in my freaking life for me to freaking believe it. And I believe those freaking things. And it scares the shit out of me. Kind of. But yeah. And so on to the next one. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch the entire thing.
If you love great food and unforgettable experiences, these 6 restaurants in Dubai are
go to the freaking things.
First, Atiko. Rooftop vibes, Pan-Asian fine dining, and golden sunset views make it the ultimate spot for the Dubai skyline. Next, Krasota. One of the most Instagrammable restaurants in Dubai, where every dish is a masterpiece and dining feels like art and theater combined. Then, Sakhalin. Luxury seafood, Mediterranean flavors, and chic interiors that define high-end Dubai dining. Sana blends Uzbek, Middle Eastern, and Asian fusion in a modern Silk Road-inspired setting. Perfect for dinner dates and aesthetic foodie content. Luciano serves Mediterranean classic in a serene garden-style setting, a hidden Italian gem in the city. Finally, Ruby Roo by Iris. French-Japanese fusion, rooftop vibes, and cocktails with sweeping views that capture Dubai's luxury nightlife. Whether you're a foodie, traveler, or content creator, these are the best restaurants in Dubai you can't miss. Save this list and treat yourself to your next luxury dining experience.
Sakhalin, Atiko. Ano ba mga pangalan niya mga yan? Like, what the fuck are those guys' names?
An amateur built the Ark, while professionals built the Titanic.
He said it, I didn't. Let's get into it. I wish somebody would have just went and shaken me to understand this. I wish I was told this sooner. You're not stuck because you're unprepared. You're stuck because you're addicted to feeling ready. You call it planning or maybe even research or timing. It's none of that. It's actually fear with good branding. You need to understand something. The perfect plan is a lie you tell yourself to avoid the first rep. And the first rep is the only thing that teaches you anything real. Imperfect action isn't sloppy, it's violent clarity. Thinking doesn't create confidence, movement does. You don't feel ready, then act. You act, survive it, and then confidence shows up. That's why one ugly post beats 40 drafts. One awkward call beats another week of fine-tuning. One bad workout beats the perfect plan collecting dust. Now hear this. Amateurs built the Ark, but professionals built the Titanic. The Ark was built with no proof, no precedent, no reassurance, just movement before clarity. The Titanic, it had experts, credentials, certainty, and it still sank. I'm going to tell you something I wish somebody told me. Momentum forgives mistakes. Hesitation, though, it charges interest. Every day you wait, you're paying with your future. So here's the rule. If it's worth doing badly first. Launch at 70%. Start ugly. Start nervous. Start now. Don't move when you feel ready. Move when you feel resistance. That's the doorway.
Okay. Perfectly said, right? Yes.
He
nice.
said it, I didn't. Let's get into it. I wish somebody would have just went,
Yeah. Next, somebody came into the room. I have to talk about things, but it's nice. So it is Wednesday today. Holy fuck, it's Wednesday. Didn't realize it's already Wednesday, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Why is this like this? Anyways, on to the next one. What does it do?
Woman's husband was
I don't know why these are the things. First impressions. Like, this is the first video I've got from this freaking person, man. And this is, I don't know if this is just for shock value and all those freaking things, but hey.
cheating on her with me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna like show it here because like this guy deserves I don't freaking know, man. This is one hell of a story.
For several years as a femboy entertainer, and she decided she wanted to get back at him, so she hired me so she could peg my ass. For anyone who doesn't know, I am an entertainer of the hotel variety, and it is my job to keep a lovely gentleman company very late at night. I have a lot of very regular long-term clients, and one of them was a businessman who would hire me every month, and he was doing this for about 4 or 5 years. I'm 26 now, 4'11", 85-pound little 26-year-old twink. So he's been seeing me since I was like 21 years old. I get a random cold call one day. Get a call, it's a woman on the other side of the line. That doesn't happen to me often. I will take women clients if they are topping and if they are paying, obviously, but it's not like a super common occurrence. So I'm like, hi, how can I help you? She's like, I was wondering if it would be okay if I used a on you and if I recorded it and sent it to my husband. At this point, I'm thinking it's like a spicy interest thing. At this point, I'm thinking like, oh, damn, like her husband must really want to watch this, right? So I'm like, yeah, absolutely, we can totally do this. Meet up with this woman at the hotel room. We're chit-chatting, we're talking, we're doing our thing. She records herself, you know, doing what she's gonna do. And as we're sitting there afterwards, she's going to send it to her husband. And I'm like, oh, is he like super into this? Does your husband really like this type of thing? She's like, you actually know him. I know him? She's like, yeah, you know so-and-so? I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't even realize he was married. That's so cool. You guys are in like an open relationship? She's like, no, we're not. We've been married for 26 years. We have children together. We're not in an open relationship. I just found out he was cheating on me. I am so sorry. I had no way. I'm so sorry. She's like, it's not your fault. You're not the one that took the vow. Like, you're fine. It's his fault. They give me the thoughts. But he is obsessed with you. He talks about you all the time to his friends. I recently found that out as well. He has a bunch of pictures of you on his phone. This man is fucking obsessed with you. So I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna get angry at him for cheating. No. I'm gonna fuck his favorite femboy. Fuck. I mean, yeah. Do your thing. Send him the video. Send her husband the video of her absolutely destroying me. I haven't seen him since. Haven't had him booked since. I wonder how his life is going. Sometimes things happen. You know, a woman's husband was cheating on her with me for years as a femboy entertainer, and she decided she wanted to get back.
Just one of those crazy ass freaking stories that I ever get to freaking to hear. It's crazy insane. It's coming from a femboy too. Yeah, man, freaky ass people, bro. Way too much of a freak, man. Like, holy shit. And this is the first thing like ever come up of him. It's in the comments too, like they say first thing, something like that. Oh yeah. First impressions, by the way.
What's your belly button smell like?
This one is fucking funny as fuck.
Smells bad.
I haven't checked. Anybody want to check?
You have to get in there.
Get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
Oh god.
You're lying.
Is it bad?
You're lying.
Is it bad? Is it bad?
You're lying.
I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it.
You're lying.
Oh, let me see. Is it bad? What does it taste like? Ham? Is it bad? Oh God!
Get in there! Get in there!
Were you shot? Were you shot in the stomach?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Get in there! Get in there! No, dig
it goes so deep.
Yeah,
it's like a canal.
You're lying.
You're lying.
He just threw up in the hallway. He just threw up.
It's not that bad.
He's throwing up.
You guys are lying. You're being fat.
Oh my god, it's fucking throwing up.
You gotta clean that, dude.
Everybody knows you don't clean your belly button.
You gotta let the soap dribble into it.
They don't make tools for
Yeah,
the
they
inside
do.
of your belly button
Called
like
the
that.
face cloth and soap, you savage. If they can wash a cow, they can wash you.
What's your belly button smell like? Oh, I bet it smells bad.
I haven't checked. Anybody want to check?
You have to get in there.
Get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
Oh my god.
You're lying.
Is it bad?
You're lying.
Is it bad? Is it bad? I
You're
want to do
lying.
it.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I want to do it. I want to do it.
You're lying.
Oh,
Holy freaking shit.
It's not.
Hey, you 3D nerds are gonna love this. Worlds just dropped Marble, which allows you to take images and turn them into explorable 3D worlds. But it's not just a single image. You can throw in multiple images, whether they're captures of the real world or generated images, and use that to create a cohesive, explorable 3D world. You can go a step further and edit specific parts of the image, or even restyle it entirely. You can export it out as a video where it's brought to life using video diffusion models, or even throw it into something like Unreal Engine or a really high-end rendering engine like Otoy's Octane, like you see over here. Whether you're shooting on a green screen or virtual production environment, whether you're making games or want a consistent set and setting for your AI generations, there's something for everyone because you can export in every possible format that you can imagine. I'm telling you guys, the holodeck is closer than you think. Hey, you 3D nerds are gonna.
That is so freaking fun to do.
Dropped Marble, which allows you to take images.
On to the next one. Oh, that's the last one. Holy shit, that's the last one. Oh, okay, we're going to TikTok. Wait. Let me just, yeah. Alright, we're going to TikTok. I don't know what's on TikTok, but we're going to TikTok. Alright, let's go to TikTok. TikTok. The party don't stop in you. Whoa, 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 don't stop, make it drop. Did you blow my speakers up? Where am I in this one? After Presello, right? Yeah. After the Presello video, right? Okay, we have like quite a while. We have something. We have something. Okay, let's go.
Conscience decides. The unspoken rule about fragrances is that it's real psychological warfare. So today we'll go over the orbiting elements that are used to lure a good consumer in. This is known as pre-framing. You ever notice how expensive fragrances have a heavier feel to them? Look at us go! We've ran into haptic perception, similar to the AirPods. Even something as little as magnetic caps can make the whole experience way better. Then there's price anchoring. If I told you that this bottle is $400, your brain physically primes itself to experience a masterpiece. Blind tests remove that authority. Without the branding and the pricing, the average nose consistently identifies luxury as generic slop. And finally, the psychological peak of this war, expectation inflation. When you do get that $400 legacy name bottle, you start inventing complexity. The synthetic harsh aroma chemical will have you convincing yourself that it's rare Namibian oud. Once the money is spent, you start justifying the decision. This is what we in the industry call a cope. Holiday season is over? I finally quit one of my jobs to make more of this. I could not be any more thankful for you even making this far. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year! And I love you. Your subconscious decides.
Okay, next one.
Tawagan na lang natin siyang Ali.
Look at this. This is fucking really good, man.
Pupunta kami sa eskwalta ng kaibigan kong si Dave. Napansin niya yung camera ko. Lapit na birthday niya and ang wish niya lang daw is matry makagamit ng camera. Kaya ayun na nga yung ginawa niya. Maraming nagtaka kung bakit may maliit na bata na may hawak na sobrang laking camera. Ako rin, hindi ko rin talaga gets eh. Pero magaan yung pakiramdam ko sa kanya.
Lolo's girl. I think she has like a series, entire like a video series about this thing. Alright, follow again. This is a really good
Bro,
one.
China really be living in the future sometimes. They just set a world record after 16,000 drones to the sky in what is now the largest synchronized drone display ever.
Oh, look at that. That was beautiful.
Is that the previous world record, which they also had, was only 5,164, which was set in 2021. And now they tripled that in just a matter of years. Each drone followed a specific program flight path to create visuals of towers, blossoms, and a glowing sky tree, which then had fireworks out of its branches. What the hell are they gonna do in 2030? Bro,
that is so
cool. In the future sometimes. They just
that is so cool. And okay, the next one.
Drones.
Mga kapatid, subukan naman natin yung isa sa pinakapatok na extreme ride dito. Ito yung surf dance. Tingnan natin kung
comment
natin. Ayun, safety check muna, security check para ligtas. Lord, eto na. Ready na ba kayo, guys? Excited? Kinakabahan? Ah, hindi. Okay. Tingnan natin. May pa-suspense pa ngayon ito. Parang winawasiwa sa simula. Itong ride na ito, 5 minuto tatagal. At paikot-ikot na itinatapon sa ere ang mga rider.
I don't even know why. How he can even do it. That freaking guy.
At para ka nga talagang
I am behind him.
Sa tanong, kung bakit namin ito ginagawa, hindi ko din alam. Lord! May mga naririnig na ako sumisigaw ng mama. Ito pa, hindi pa tapos. Sabay-sabay tayo. Happy New Year!
That's Happy New Year shit, man. Holy fuck. TV News 5, man.
It's one of the most impactful movies I've ever seen. It's actually by the same creator as Orb, and immediately the praise has to go to the animation. They did an animation technique called rotoscoping, which is where you film live actors and then you animate on top of that to give a more realistic, fluid look. And I can't even imagine how long that took to do that. My husband and I kept turning to each other during the movie, just in awe over the scenes. One in particular, if you know, TV shows and movies, when they do one-shots, they did that but in anime, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. So that was really cool to see. I feel like the artistic style is similar to Ping Pong. Not the art, but the colors that they used and the effects and certain animations to depict the emotions.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
And that is very high praise because I love how Ping Pong did that. And then obviously the story. I loved the story for many reasons. The story follows Togashi, who is speedy quick, very talented at running, has always been fast, and prefers doing the 100-meter race. Meets another kid that really wants to be good, is struggling, but he has discipline and puts in the effort. So the question is, what actually matters? And I really appreciated the way that the movie answered this question. This is a question that takes years to answer, and we find it out at different points in our lives. Some slight spoilers, so don't listen if you don't want any, but the real answer is what motivates you. Why do you do what you do? Why do you want to be good at what you do? Throughout our lives, we will meet people that put limits on us and maybe even laugh at what we want to do. And if we listen to them, we'll believe that they're right and we'll put these limits on ourselves. But what if we shattered those limits and believed in what we were capable of doing? So clearly, I loved this movie and highly recommend it. If you watch it, I hope that it resonates with you as much as it resonated with me.
And now we are being more literate. I'm struggling now. Should I watch Hulk? Or should I watch this? No, you think? I'm not thinking. Should I watch Hulk or this? There's probably no 7 Seas version of it, so probably not. Probably not. Yeah. It's just hard to get a hold of like niche movies. If it's not popular enough, it's hard to get a hold of, and it's like very, very difficult to find for me to be able to find a place to watch it. Yeah, it is recommended, but where do we watch it?
Wizard schools are a scam.
The NT Finance, bro.
Bard colleges are a scam. All right, I hate to break it to you.
This is such a funny skit.
Anymore. The higher education of the arcane is just not worth the money. The rising cost of tuition is outrageous. It's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of gold in order to attend just to get your apprenticeship, right? Forget about wanting to become an archmage or something like that. The amount of gold that it's going to cost is outrageous. But that's not the only thing, right? Most places aren't paying for your scrolls nowadays. All right. Transportation isn't free. There's a fee to use teleportation circles to get in and off of campuses. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. But that actually brings me to my sponsor today, which is going to be Lich University. Now, this is a really, really cool thing. LU is the first university that pays its students to attend. And this is what real De Niro, right? Real gold. Follow me along with this, right? So this was created by the Red Wizards of Thay. You all know them from the Red Wizard Pill podcast, really great folks over there. But essentially they created a university that is going to pay you with knowledge and pay you with money. All you do is you sign up. They're going to send you a remote phylactery. You upload your soul, and it's going to grant you access to what's called knowledge tier. They're going to beam information into your brain about the process of becoming a lich. Super cool. Transmutation, teleportation, music, all these things are temporary. Eternity lasts forever. So investing in lichdom is evergreen. It's an evergreen subject matter, school of trade and thought. So super cool stuff there. But essentially what happens is once you've done that, they will send you a stipend based on the tier that you're at. And now here's the really cool part, right? The more students that you recruit with your own student code, right? So you get like a referral code. Essentially what will happen is you bring in 2 more students, that increases your tier, that increases your stipend, and they send you more knowledge on becoming a lich. Then you bring in 5, you have those people bring in 5 more people, right? And then you go up a tier, they go up a tier, they start getting paid. This is a super unique and super cool learning opportunity that I want to present to you guys. As soon as I saw this parchment enter into my inbox, I was like, I have got to recommend this to my audience. I have to. Finally, there's someone out there who's now going to take advantage of people who are in a dire financial situation and are just trying
to get to take advantage, but you upload your soul.
Are really going to look out for the people. So glad. Wizard School.
That is crazy.
Uno, dos, tres, shit.
I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. If you sing it and you mean it, then you know you have to go. Fast and furious. Fast and furious. I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. If you mean it, then you sing it, then you know you have to go. Fast and furious. Fast and
Medieval and Renaissance artists
this is crazy.
The Trinity is a single head with 3 faces.
The imagery.
Different directions.
Yeah.
Representing the Father,
you know about
the
the Trinity.
Holy Spirit merged into one body with 3 distinct perspectives. And the church eventually banned these images as heretical because they tritheism instead of true unity. But the symbolism reveals a profound mystical understanding of how one divine consciousness can simultaneously experience reality from 3 completely different viewpoints. This is the trifacial Trinity, and understanding why it was created and why it was condemned reveals the fundamental tension in Christian theology between unity and distinction, between one God and 3 persons, and why visual representation of mystery sometimes clarifies what words obscure. Let's start with the visual logic. So the image shows one head, one neck, and one body, emphasizing the unity aspect, but the head has 3 faces that are arranged so each looks a different direction, typically one forward, one left, and one right, like you can see above me, creating a full 360-degree vision. Sometimes the faces are identical, but sometimes they show age progression, youth, maturity, and elder, representing eternal generation. The symbolism is brilliant, one being 3 perspectives. The Father sees creation from the transcendent viewpoint, the Son sees creation from the incarnate viewpoint, and the Spirit sees creation from the immanent indwelling viewpoint. But they're the same consciousness, experiencing reality from 3 angles simultaneously. This solves a visual problem. How do you paint 3 persons in one God? Well, earlier Trinity art showed 3 separate figures, which looks like 3 gods. The trifacial Trinity image merges them into literal unity while maintaining distinct faces as the 3 persons. So what's the theological problem here? Well, Well, the church condemned trifacial trinity images in the 16th century, particularly after the Council of Trent. Pope Urban VIII specifically banned them in 1628. The objection was that three faces on one head suggest three separate consciousnesses sharing one body, a kind of divine conjoined triplet rather than true Trinitarian theology, where the persons are distinct but share one divine essence completely. Orthodox Trinitarian doctrine holds that the Father, Son, and the Spirit are co-equal, co-eternal, and completely share the one divine nature. They're not parts of God or aspects of God. Each is fully God while remaining distinct persons. The trifacial image seemed to make them parts or aspects rather than complete persons. But defenders of the image argued it captured something that words couldn't: the mystery of how distinction and unity coexist. Three faces look in different directions while being one head shows simultaneous diversity and unity much better than three separate figures or abstract symbols. And of course, because we're covering this on my page, let's talk about the mystical interpretation. Esoterically, the trifacial trinity represents consciousness that can hold multiple perspectives simultaneously without any fragmentation. It's the realization that the divine mind experiences reality from every possible angle at once while remaining unified. The three directions the faces look symbolize past, present, and future. God's eternal now that encompasses all time. Or they represent heaven, earth, and the underworld, God's omnipresence across all realms. Or spirit, soul, and body, the triple nature of created beings reflecting their triple creator. Kabbalah has connected it to the three pillars of the tree of life: mercy, severity, and harmony, all united in Keter, the crown. Alchemists saw the three faces as sulfur, mercury, and salt, the tria prima, unified in the prima materia. The image became popular in folk Christianity because it made the Trinity tangible. Peasants couldn't grasp theological arguments about hypostatic union, but they could understand one head with three faces, same being, different views. And as you might imagine, esoterically, the image lives on. Despite the ban, trifacial trinity images survived in older churches, illuminated manuscripts, and esoteric traditions. They appear in Rosicrucian symbolism, in alchemical texts representing the three stages of the great work that are unified in the stone, and in comparative religion studies showing how many cultures conceptualize divinity as triple. The image connects to other triple deities too: the Hindu Trimurti, the Celtic triple goddess, the three fates, and the three graces. The human mind seems drawn to conceiving ultimate reality as threefold unity: creator, preserver, destroyer, maiden, mother, crone, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Modern mystics sometimes meditate on the trifacial trinity as a practice for developing multi-dimensional awareness. Can you hold three perspectives simultaneously? Can you see a situation from past, present, and future viewpoints all at once? Can you be fully present while transcendent while immanent? And this is why it matters. The trifacial trinity reveals the impossible task of depicting mystery. The trinity is either too unified, just a single figure that loses the three persons, or too divided, three separate figures that lose the unity. The three-faced image tried to split the difference and got condemned for making the mystery too literal. But the image endures because it captured experiential truth even if it fails theological precision. Anyone who's experienced unity consciousness, the recognition that you're simultaneously individual, collective, and universal, recognizes the three-faced God. You're the one looking forward, the one looking left, the one looking right, all at once and never fragmented at all. The church was right that it risked heresy, but they were wrong to think that images can be theologically precise. All representations of the divine distort. The question is whether the distortion reveals something true, and the trifacial trinity reveals that God sees everything from every angle simultaneously, and maybe that's worth the theological risk. So if you want more esoteric Christian symbolism and banned religious art, make sure to like the video. Let me know what you think about the trifacial trinity in the comments below, and follow for more deep dives.
Banned Christian art.
Medieval and
After my previous video, I just realized that this is my last year in my 20s.
This is just fucking truth, man. Like, yes, we're seeking truth this year, and this is one step or one day towards seeking truth. This is the step towards seeking fucking three-faced freaking God, understanding freaking the Trinity when it comes to the freaking God. It's just kind of crazy, insane that it's like that when it comes to esoteric knowledge. That imagery is kind of saying like that because indeed it is like one, like what I understood is like it is one experiential being, one being that is experiencing three freaking points perspectives at the same time. Yeah, it's like three beings in one. Like it's like the 3-in-1 freaking coffee thingy, you know? It's like yes, there are three ingredients, but it's just all over mixed together. It's just one freaking thing, you know? Kind of like that, the 3-in-1.
Yeah, I'm 29 years old, and in less than a month, I'm hitting 30. You know, it's that strange age where you're young enough to wear sneakers with everything, but old enough to care about the quality of your dish soap. You know, it's like a limbo between almost grown and too grown. Let me show you what my weekdays consist of. Like, I wake up, coffee stronger than my will to live, rush to work, come home, scroll until my eyes blur, and then I repeat this over and over again. And look, it feels boring, yes, but this boring life, it saves me from a whole lot of bullshit, believe me. Sometimes it's just peace disguised as routine. And then there are the hobbies, you know, the things that make the Brendas of the world tilt their heads like confused golden retrievers. You still play video games at your age? Yes, I do, and I will continue disappointing you. Look, the other day I spent hours trying to beat the same boss in Elden Ring. I died so many times I genuinely lost count. But each death taught me like the pattern, the timing, and then it hit me. This is basically life, you know? You keep getting wrecked by the same shit over and over again until finally something clicks. And when you finally win, when you finally rise after all those failures, the victory tastes completely different.
So what the fuck is it supposed to be able to click for me? What is it supposed to be able to click for me? What is it that I'm not getting when it comes to this game that we're playing with each other? Because I'm over here over and over again trying and keep on trying and trying and trying to break through, but it's just not happening. I don't know what I'm supposed to freaking do. I am here still broadcasting. I am here still trying to find connections, still waiting for someone to just come in and talk to me. Every now and then somebody does come, but it's just like not enough. What's next for those people that did come? You know? Will I able to see them in the physical? Will I ever see them in the material? Will I ever see them like in real life who they are and not through their agents, but they themselves to be able to speak with me? It's kind of difficult to be able to understand these kind of things. And I know it's kind of hard to be able to get that achievement, to be able to see that freaking thing, to be able to talk to them in reality, in real life. I don't know how, but this is just me, like, yeah, doing the same shit over and over again, right? Yeah, probably is like that. Look at this.
Some people say grow up like it means giving up the things that make you feel something. I think growing up is just learning to defend your joy without guilt. The world will never stop trying to measure your productivity, your worth in productivity. You have to stop rushing through your own story just because everyone else is sprinting through theirs. Look, sometimes I spend countless hours rearranging my gaming setup or, I don't know, perfecting my pancake flip. You know, to everyone else, it looks like I'm wasting time, but to me, this is life in its purest form, you know? Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. But don't get me wrong though, I'm not saying...
Yeah, this brings me joy. Like being able to talk like this openly, whatever it is. It's just very difficult to be able to like, find someone to be able to talk to like this in real life, you know? Will I ever do? Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be me? Like, we're ever gonna meet each other? One of those difficult things to be able to like say, oh man.
This isn't about being lazy, it's about reclaiming your joy before the world convinces you it has no value. It's about these little moments where you forget the pressure and expectations, and for a second you're actually living. One day I blinked and 10 years are gone, and then suddenly here I am, 29 years old, still learning, still dying to the same boss in Elden Ring and in life. And one day I'm gonna miss this too, you know. I'm gonna miss being confused at 29 years old. I'm gonna miss coming home, but still having that tiny spark of energy that makes me cook, game, rearrange my room, or chase something that doesn't even make sense, you know. I'm not trying to maximize productivity. I'm awake in the moments I live. So yeah, as I approach 30, I'm realizing one truth. I'm not running out of time. I'm growing into it. And for the first time in a long time, that actually feels good, you know.
Oh, truth, man.
Feels good.
As I do tell you, bro. As I do tell you, truth, man. That is the theme of the fucking year. Truth. If it isn't truth, I don't know. Trying to be more coherent with what I say, not being all over the place. Trying to have like one straight freaking thing when I'm trying to like talk. Yeah, it feels like we are all over the place, but there is a pattern, there is a freaking line, there is a freaking direction as to where things are going. And it kind of seems like that at the present, but later on, just let it in and you'll see and understand that there is a direction that you're going into. No? And yeah, I kind of forgot it yesterday. And now that I'm seeing these freaking clips, I understand. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the freaking truth. Yeah, this is one of those truths that we understand, you know? Like someone like me hitting 30, and I'm like, it is. On to the next one.
Recently, I went down a rabbit hole, and went down a rabbit hole.
Oh, this is fucking funny.
As it happens, I did not ask for this. I need you to know a few things. I'm angry. This started as a simple question, and it ended with like corporate conspiracy. I just, as a consumer, feel confused and bamboozled and really stupid for never having ever considered this before in my life. This simple question actually came from my best friend a few days ago as she was cooking a broth, a stock. That was the question. What is the difference between stock and broth? Before you start typing, there's more to this, please. Please, I know you're going to say, just hold on. My best friend asked that question. My response is, I'm going to Google it in a second, but I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I think that broth is just a diluted version of chicken stock. And I say this because this is new knowledge. I'm putting myself out on the line here, okay? I know some of this is the American education system at work, but I recently found out that chicken stock is supposed to be the consistency of Jell-O. So I say that out loud. I say, I recently saw that it's supposed to be Jell-O texture. So I look it up. The difference is that stock is made by boiling bones and cartilage, which has gelatin in it that gives it that Jell-O texture. Broth is not made with bones or cartilage. It's just made with meat and vegetables. So it has like a less rich flavor, and it is like in a way like a little more diluted in taste, if you will. The texture is different. Stock is used as like bases for sauces because it's so concentrated of a flavor. It's used as like a base for things. This answers the question. Normally I would just stop here and be like, okay, yeah, except for my best friend then responded and said, then how come when you go to the grocery store and you see all sorts of chicken stock and chicken broth and bone broth, they're all liquid? Like, wouldn't chicken stock be Jell-O? And I was like, huh. Yeah,
I have to go and pee.
Probably just
so
like
I'm gonna leave the
way more diluted, but like more
too.
concentrated than a broth would be. Like, I don't know, so I'm gonna go ahead and look that up now. So I get on the internet yet again and I type in, why is store-bought chicken stock liquid? And all of the search results are just, again, the difference between chicken stock and chicken broth, which I have already now established. I know this information, except for this Reddit thread that pops up. You can pause to read. Basically asking the same question that my best friend did, which is like, why, how come? Like, why is it liquid in a box? One of the comments, though, got me thinking. It was, store-bought stock is made by waving one chicken wing at 1 million gallons of water plus artificial coloring. And I'm thinking like, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, you have the gelatinous substance. Like, how do you sell chicken stock like that? You have to mix it to make it shelf stable and then sell it that way. So then I started wondering what do companies that make broth and stock do differently to make those items different? Furthermore, I'm thinking with my noggin, doesn't the government have certain rules about like what percentage of stuff has to go into stuff? There's a smarter way to say that. For example, you know how it's like chocolate can be like X% bugs legally and like it not be a problem? Or like some foods can legally be like X% mold. I'm thinking even like Subway. Remember when Subway got sued for their bread in Ireland? Because Subway's bread actually has so much sugar in it that it's like more like cake. Basically, my question is there like a minimum percent of like pure stock that is required to go into chicken stock that is sold commercially on the shelves, shelf stable, for it to be considered chicken stock versus a broth? And also, like, now I'm super curious about the difference in the process of making like commercially broth versus stock. Like, how different are they really? So I started Googling. Here I am on the internet again, Googling away. For a frustratingly long time, I could not find any answer. There was no answer to any of those questions. That is not publicly available, like, at all. I was like, this is it. This is the end of the road. We will never get the answer to why this is happening until I found this article from eater.com called Lost in the Stock by Noah Galutin. This article is really long, but it is really funny. He perfectly articulated the rage that comes with trying to research this particular topic. Like, why is there no information anywhere? And why are corporations so weirdly protective over that particular information? Noah fell into this rabbit hole by looking at the ingredients on the back of chicken broth and being frustrated by how, like, word salady it was. He says, no matter the ingredients list, no matter whether the broth came in a box or a can, I discovered a striking common denominator in almost every major brand I looked at. The very first ingredient in chicken broth is chicken broth. Sometimes the first ingredient would read simply as chicken stock. Swanson chicken broth's first ingredient is chicken stock. Emeril's chicken broth, the ingredients are organic chicken stock, filtered water, concentrated organic chicken stock concentrate, organic chicken concentrate, organic chicken broth, organic chicken flavor, sea salt. Sorry? Sorry? When I'm trying to reach the word count on an essay. Noah also started Googling, and Noah also had such a hard time trying to find any information on the goddamn topic. He found just one article devoted to it. Most commercial meat broths begin with a highly concentrated stock that's diluted with water and then mixed with seasonings to each brand's specification. I thought broth was broth and stock was stock. Broth is stock plus water? So then what is stock? Stock plus water? Wait, hold on, it gets so much weirder. On Swanson's website, they say our chicken stock is made as you would at home, only on a much larger scale. Except for it's not, because it's completely different. By the way, I need you to know that Noah is like my idol. He harassed so many companies to get to the bottom of this. Someone from the New York Times told him over email that box stock has virtually no gelatin. So if you boil a box of stock down to nothing, it will just go away into nothing. There will be no gelatin left. That doesn't make any sense if you're making it the same way that everyone would at home. You know what I mean? The math isn't mathing at all. Noah starts talking to all these different publicists from all these different soup companies. And he asks them, like, point blank, do you have a third-party manufacturer for your stock concentrate that goes into the creation of the broth? And they just would get, like, weirdly tight-lipped about it. They would start, like, corporate speaking him into a corner. Target refused to answer the question. Costco refused to answer the question. Whole Foods wouldn't answer. Del Monte wouldn't answer. Then Noah talked to someone from Campbell's. He talked to someone responsible for Swanson and Pacific Foods lines of broths. And this is so crazy to me. Pacific Foods, on the back of their chicken broth, used to have water and chicken as the first ingredient. And while our pal Noah was writing this article, they changed the first ingredient to chicken broth. Huh? Sorry, Noah must have felt like the main character in this moment. I would have been so justified in my rage. Noah then asked the question, what is broth legally? Which is what I came to this article looking for, and I'm about to give you the answer. The answer is that legally, there is no difference between stock and broth. Both of them, stock and broth, have to have a moisture-protein ratio of 135:1 at the very least. Noah says it best here. Allow me to translate. Essentially, you need a minimum of 135 parts moisture to 1 part protein in order to legally be defined as broth or stock. So again, there is no distinction between the two from a government standpoint. As long as it meets this criteria, it can be labeled as either of them. But wait, there's more. Eventually, Noah talked to someone from General Mills, which is the parent company of Progresso. This employee was a yapper, much like me. They gave him some information. Our recipe starts with broth concentrate, and then we add in water and additional ingredients to create the great-tasting Progresso chicken broth. While he didn't confirm that the concentrate comes from a third-party manufacturer, he did admit that the recipe starts with one, which does certainly imply it. But wait, there's more. It appears that, allegedly, most of the brands that make broth in the United States use the same supplier for the broth concentrate. Not only that, but that supplier is headquartered in Germany, made 3.83 billion euros in 2021, has a foot in basically every industry that we know. And on their website, they say, you may be surprised to learn that people interact with our products on average 20 to 30 times a day. Finally, he gets in touch with someone from PR from that supplier, which is called Symrise, who says they individually formulate the chicken broth concentrate based on like what the client wants for their soup. Noah has a good point. He says they're not making soup, they're making savory taste solutions. So you tell me What do you think is happening there? Noah came to the conclusion that it does not matter whether you buy chicken broth or chicken stock. It does not matter what brand you buy it from, because essentially they are all the same thing. And I just didn't expect this to happen when my best friend asked me, what is the difference between chicken stock and chicken broth? But
Hell yeah.
And now you know. And I hope you have a great day. Goodbye. Recently, I went down a rabbit hole and bought.
What's my favorite economic concept ever? I would love to tell you. All right. So it's the one that literally explains global inequality in the simplest way. It's about raw materials and how if the countries that produce them actually united, they could flip the global economy upside down. Go ahead, set me down somewhere. I know you got a full laundry, do dishes. I'll wait. Okay, so the world economy is set up like this. Wealthy countries export finished products, cars, tech, machinery, etc. Meanwhile, developing countries mostly export primary products, which are raw materials usually taken straight from the earth. I'm talking about cacao beans, West Africa, South America, sugarcane, Brazil, India, the Caribbean, rubber, which is the latex sap from trees in Southeast Asia, crude oil, the Middle East, Africa, the Americas, iron ore, Brazil, West Africa, timber comes from forests from the Congo Basin to the Amazon, etc. You get the idea. These raw goods are the foundation of everything we use. Cacao becomes chocolate, rubber becomes tires, iron ore becomes steel, etc. All of the stuff that these wealthy nations make a profit from. Here is the problem though. When your economy depends on exporting raw materials, you are at the mercy of global price swing. Historically, the prices of these raw materials have been kept really low. Why? Global markets, multinational corporations, and wealthy nations benefit from buying cheap and selling expensive. Overproduction, trade rules, and the lingering impact of colonialism all keep developing countries dependent. Some argue that finished goods make raw materials valuable, so the prices should be low. But that doesn't make any sense. If the backbone and the base of your product is a raw material, you can only create said value and have a business if you have the raw material. And if that's the reality, and most of your profit leaves your country in that case, it's not balanced and only benefits the people leeching off of you and your materials, which is what we've been seeing. Dependency theory says this: the setup is not neutral. It's a system designed to benefit core wealthy countries and keep periphery nations, which are the ones mostly exporting these raw materials, it keeps them dependent. So in the 70s, developing countries proposed something radical: the New International Economic Order, or the NIEO. This was their big idea. If the countries exporting primary products actually worked together, they could form commodity alliances, basically their own OPECs. And they could control their own resources and trade more with each other. It was a South-South cooperation. Build their own industries instead of just exporting raw stuff. And if they controlled supply altogether, they could raise prices, gain bargaining power, and break out of old colonial patterns where they export cacao for pennies and buy chocolate back for dollars. Do you see the difference? And this is what they were fighting for. Sovereignty over their own national resources. Love that. Fairer terms of trade, access to technology, new global governance rules, preferential trade treatment, and it was basically economic decolonization. Love that times 10. Here's why it didn't happen though. So the UN approves it in 1974. But of course, wealthy countries blocked the implementation and the movement would lose momentum as global politics shifted. But here's why it still matters. So today, we have the climate crisis, supply chain chaos, resource shortages. All of it is bringing these ideas back. Countries are again talking about forming new commodity blocks and taking control over their resources. So yeah, my favorite economic concept is the one that asks, what happens if the countries that produce the world's raw materials stop competing and start cooperating with each other? Because if they do, the entire global economy would shake and flip on its head. And just a side note, I once had a man who, by the way, knew nothing about economics. He mansplained to me that this was not a possible thing because these countries don't even have clean drinking water. How could they flip the global economy? And for anyone who seems to think that there's no infrastructure or capability in these nations, all I have to say is propaganda works on you. Yeah. People who don't travel or have an interest in the outside world often have this type of thinking. And yes, he was one of these type of people, but that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Again, it's an economic theory. It's an economic concept. I would love to see something like this come to fruition. Yeah, like, would it be easy? No.
They're trying to do that with the Arab
At one
countries.
point or another was not considered.
But it was like oil or
You know
something.
what I'm saying? It's about, all right, if this is what we're working with, how do we make it happen? And instead, I feel like we live in such a world where people are constantly bringing their scarcity into the conversation from everything, for everything. We don't need to be doing that. Just thinking about the possibilities and working on innovation and how could we make this happen invites a lot more curiosity and opportunity than scarcity, limitations. And to be honest with you, you likely will not be the one having to implement any of this. So it's just like so funny to me when people are like, no, that wouldn't work. And I'm like, how?
There is this thingy. Wait, yeah, there is this thingy.
Like, why do you believe that? I'm not asking you to do it. You don't seem like you are someone who.
And one of those freaking things that they're trying to do is their exchange is so different.
Intriguing to me because my brain does not work like that. So anyway,
Because they don't want to be like heavily dependent or reliant on the U.S. Because the U.S. all the U.S. has is like pointing a gun at the fucking rest of the world, man. That's like what the U.S. is doing, man. Pointing a gun at the rest of the freaking world. If you don't follow by my rules or follow by whatever it is that I wanted you to do, I'm gonna pull the fucking trigger. That's what the U.S. has on us, on the rest of the freaking world. They have a gun pointed at the head of every single one of us. And people are starting to stand up, but it's just, I don't know what or how they're gonna do it, because they're gonna do the same playbook as the US has done in their past freaking years. Because the US has done it when it comes to the past previous freaking years, and they're trying to like recycle it or remix it. They're gonna remix whatever it is that the US has done, and they're gonna flip the freaking script, and they're gonna change or push a narrative that is somehow different, which is I don't know, man. Whichever benefits me the most. Because in all honesty, no matter how much I freaking try, to look at the world and see that everybody is actually fueled or like being pushed by noble freaking causes, that they are like really being motivated, that everybody is being motivated by causes just for the sake of the progress of humanity or all those freaking things. But it's not. It's actually not. It's just, as long as they have something to gain from it, they will push forward and do those freaking things. And it seems like it is like that. And it's kind of hard to if everybody is like wanted the progress for humanity. Furthermore, the environment could have been saved for the past. We could have opted out and like shifted from fossil fuels 20 years ago. You know, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. There's like no motivation as to shifting towards environmental friendly or something that is beneficial when it comes to environment. They somehow don't freaking care about it, because they can, in theory, find and build structures that will be able to like sustain themselves and fuck over the rest of the world. I don't know, man. Things like that. Yeah, things like that. It's just weird that it's like that. And one of those freaking things, once Hollywood gets toppled, and once YouTube, like, thing is, when it comes to like content that is being pushed, yeah. How do you beat Hollywood? That's the only thing that I'm thinking right now. Like, how do you beat Hollywood to be able to push the narrative that you're pushing? To be able to like get rid of American so-called American imperialism, right? Alright, let's go. Let's move somewhere else.
No,
we're not. And for those of you that are confused as to why I'm starting the video this way, you read the title. And if you didn't, why are you scrolling the internet so mindlessly? But that's beside the point. I had seen a video on TikTok this morning of this person, and it was supposed to be funny. Is the world going to end already? They're practically edging us at this point. And yeah, people were laughing at this, and even I was crying laughing at this. But now that I sit here and I think about it, all it did was make me sad. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of people have discontent with society and the way that our world is functioning right now, whether it be because of economics, family dynamics, and that disconnection, the quality and the state of social media, and just the AI, the brain rot, and not even to mention the geopolitical turmoil and just the shit that's happening in the United States, okay? But it's to the point to where a lot of people don't even have hope anymore. It's not even oh, how can we fix this? Or there's no aspect of, yeah, this is really bad, but like, here's some ways that maybe we can fix it. Here's what we can do, whether it comes to climate change or whatever. That's just not there anymore. People are so tired and they're so unmotivated and they're so glued in to these fucking AI shorts and reels and just shit that doesn't matter. We see stuff happening in our own society, in our own world, on the dirt and the grass and the air that surrounds us that we all live on, where it's like, I just want the world to end. And we're ready for that. A lot of us, like, we're not afraid of the world ending. We're afraid of the comfort going away. Let's say that the lights were to go out right now. You couldn't get on the internet. You couldn't go inside your house and turn the heat on. All of those luxuries are just gone. But like, you know, I can get on my phone. I can look at social media. I can talk to my friends. It's fine. It's okay. But as soon as you take away the bread and circuses that is our phones and everything, that's when people freak the fuck out. And that's something that absolutely just sends me, and something that I don't understand. Because if you ask someone, hey, what are you concerned about whenever it comes to like shit going crazy or civil war, like something crazy like that, a lot of these people would say, you know, like, I can't get on the internet, I can't play games anymore. And it's like, okay, so you're not worried about like the dismantling of society and everything that you know. I sat and I scrolled on TikTok for a while earlier because that's something, you know, with all of this shit going on, that's something that like a lot of us do. We immediately default into going on social media and doing shit like that to distract ourselves. That can be healthy, you know, distraction as a coping mechanism for a little bit, but you gotta sit and face your feelings after a while. I would scroll past a meme, some heartwarming shit, and then things about why the world is awful. It's just this mix of emotions, but we're sitting, and what are we doing? We're not doing anything. We might be afraid of losing the comforts that we have. I want my house to be warm. I want to talk to my friends. I want to be able to watch YouTube. But we're not scared to the point to where we are actually doing something. We're out here sitting and posting this shit on TikTok and on YouTube, and half of these without even a call to action. But like, what are we truly doing to try to fix any of the shit that's happening out there right now? Are a lot of us, and don't get me wrong, I know there's some people that are out on the streets protesting, doing all of this stuff, and that's amazing. I'm not talking about you. A lot of us are just sitting here and being complacent because that's what was designed to happen. We are not afraid of the world ending anymore. We are not afraid of society ending. I do believe that change needs to be made. And if that comes as a result of something being dismantled, okay. But critical thinking, for the most part, is dead. So the fact that we are okay with things that matter coming to an end because we are so engulfed in our own comfort, I don't know what to do with that. What is the point of talking about this? What is the point? Like, do you want us to be afraid? And yeah, I do, a little bit. You know, like, I don't want us to sit and cry and stay up all night and panic because that's counterproductive. It doesn't do anything. But I want us to care enough to be scared. A lot of us are so careless, we don't give a shit about the things that are happening to where, like, we don't care if the world ends. Carelessness is a thing that is so prominent in our society now that I've seen, whether it comes to like opinions that other people have. I could even go down to people sharing every single aspect of their private life on social media, but it's something that needs to change. And you know, if you're sitting and looking at me on this screen and you've been through a period here recently where it's like, yeah, I just don't care about anything. I mean, if everything falls apart, who cares? This is your sign to care, please. For the sake of all of us.
Damn.
So now, just to step you through what the product
Like, nobody fucking cares of the end of the world. Yeah, we're not scared of the end of the world, man. Some of us long for it at this point. Man, now that I'm scrolling all towards this, like, do I even have time to watch freaking Hulk?
solution is going to look like in the next 3 years. Today, what we have is 1,000 electrodes in the motor cortex, the small part of the brain that you see in this animation called the hand knob area, that allows participants control computer cursors as well as gaming consoles. Next quarter, we're planning to implant in the speech cortex to directly decode attentive words from brain signals to speech. And in 2026, not only are we going to triple the number of the electrodes from 1,000 to 3,000 for more capabilities, we're planning to have our first blindside participant to enable navigation.
That's DJ CO, Neuralink's co-founder and president, walking us through this very polished 3-year roadmap during their summer update this June. Unless, what if this isn't a roadmap at all? What if this is just the cover story? Now, before I get into this whole mess, if you want the receipts and all of the sources for everything I'm talking about in this video, then go over to my Substack, The Dre Dossier. It's free to subscribe, the link's in my bio. Also, just as a heads up, I'm going to be moving this entire series over to YouTube so that each episode can actually be in the long-form investigative format that it's meant to be. So if you want to keep following along in this series, then I suggest going over to my YouTube channel, The Dre Dossier, and subscribing over there. The link's also in my bio. So I check Neuralink's clinical trial site every single week, and I know that that sounds probably paranoid to a lot of you, but honestly, if a private company is putting devices into live human brains, then I think honestly a little paranoia is probably healthy. All of these trials have to be registered on a government website called clinicaltrials.gov. It's public, anybody can go look them up. So I'm doing my usual check-in mid-November, right? And what do you know? All of a sudden, a new trial pops up. It's called Voice, Speech Restoration, and it takes place in Dallas, Texas, and it was posted on November 4th, 2025. And I'm honestly taken aback by this because, like, there was no announcement, no blog post, no press release, no social media, nothing. And it's extra weird considering this is a USA trial site. It's held at UT Southwestern in Dallas. I mean, that's a huge hospital partner and it's a university. So why is there no announcement? I go over to Neuralink's announcements page of their website and I start scrolling through it to see if I've maybe missed it. And I realize that they have made an announcement for every single trial location except for this Voice one and one other, the UAE trial. So now I'm looking at 2 trials that appear on the registry but don't get the usual fanfare, like pattern broken. That probably means something, right? I kept poking around their site and I found this tiny little announcement from May 1st, 2025, which says, Neuralink receives breakthrough device designation from FDA for speech. Which is a huge deal. Like, that's the FDA saying that you're cleared to start working on speech restoration, which is an entirely new study. Like, this is major. Why was the May 1st announcement so quiet? It was just like one sentence in Neuralink's updates. They didn't make any big deal about it. So at this point, I'm like, okay, well, maybe what I need to do is just line up all of these trials. You know, maybe I'm missing some sort of context here. So I pull up every Neuralink trial and I put them side by side and I start comparing them. You know, we have the Prime trial, which is in Miami and Phoenix, and the GB Prime, which is in London and Newcastle, Canada Prime, which is in Toronto, UAE Prime, which is in Abu Dhabi, Convoy, which is in Phoenix, and then Voice, which is in Dallas. 6 trials in total. And as I start going through the details, 2 little things started to jump out at me. The first being smoking, because every single trial has strict rules about tobacco and nicotine use, except for 2 of the trials, which is the UAE trial and Voice. Just those 2, you know, the 2 that weren't announced on Neuralink's announcements page. And why did the UAE trial go live 8 days after speech gets approved, but Voice, the actual speech impairment trial, took 6 months to launch? I pull up the UAE registry and it says that its purpose is for motor control. Participants must be able to communicate. Keywords: external device control, paralysis, motor neuron disease, conditions, tetraplegia, spinal cord injury, ALS. In other words, it reads like every other prime motor control trial. Zero mention of speech anywhere in the UAE trial. Keep that in mind. And then I pull up the voice registry, and this one is very different, and it's supposed to be, right? Its purpose is for speech impairment. It's Neuralink's first ever explicitly speech-listed trial, and it's measuring speech-related outcomes, words per minute. And all of that kind of makes sense, right? I mean, voice is clearly the speech trial. But the UAE trial just rubs me the wrong way. There's something off about it, and it's not just because it launched 8 days after the FDA-approved speech work. Unlike every other trial site like Phoenix, Miami, Toronto, London, there has been no announcement of any patients being implanted. And it's been 6 months since the UAE trial started. And it takes place, by the way, at the Cleveland Clinic, which is in Abu Dhabi. It's like a partnered, shared US hospital in Abu Dhabi. Also, the timeline is super weird because every other trial has 36 plus months of primary completion, right? But the UAE prime trial has 18 months, which is half the time. What's the rush there? Like, why would this trial need half the safety monitoring of all the others? Honestly, my ADHD brain was having a hard time trying to figure out what all these patterns were, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to pause and just understand a little bit better what the different risks with these surgeries were. So I started reading about the speech motor cortex surgery, and here's what I learned in plain English. Outside of the voice trial, all of these other trials, Convoy, Prime, all of that has to do with the motor cortex. And they mess around mostly in this hand knob part of your brain, and that's this very well mapped out strip of brain basically that controls all of your hand and arm movements. Now, just because doctors have been doing it for decades doesn't mean that car salesmen have, like Elon Musk. So yeah, it's still brain surgery. I mean, as we saw with patient 1 in the thread retraction complications, it can get really sticky really quickly, but you're usually in this case not wiping out someone's entire speech abilities or their memory just with one bad move. Now, voice has to do with the speech cortex, so that's going to be implanting the chip into a different part of the brain. It's this part right here. And the neurologists put this in a category called the eloquent cortex. And the reason it's called the eloquent cortex is because that's the stuff where if you hurt it, then the person loses these abilities that you cannot easily get back. Things like producing speech, understanding speech, even parts of the internal thought process could potentially be lost, which is... So moving from this motor cortex area to speech and language, it does not seem like it's a lateral shift by any means. I mean, this is a major escalation in surgical and ethical risk we're talking about here. So I start looking for more information listening to the Neuropod, which is Neuralink's unofficial podcast, and it's an early September episode, and he says that he's going to talk through all of these new updates, and it'll be easier if I just show you.
They have these 3 different types of trials going on around the world. For this speech restoration trial, they're also looking for participants. This is going to be available in the United States, but then also it's currently available in the UAE in Abu Dhabi. This study site is listed here. If you support Neuralink and want to stay informed,
I'm sorry, that podcast episode came out on September 4th, 2025. The UAE speech restoration? So I do what he says, and I go to the Neuralink website, and I go to speech restoration, and I click it, and I see under one tab, United States, it's blank. And there's another tab that says the rest of the world. And you click that, and it lists UAE Prime. The voice exists in Dallas right now, that started in October, not September 4th in the UAE. In fact, this one on Neuralink's personal website is saying that it's for people with severe speech impairment. But that's not congruent with the clinical trials paperwork. The same trial ID, but 2 different descriptions. So which one's the truth? I went to the Abu Dhabi Cleveland Clinic website to see what they posted for the Neuralink stuff, and it's the same thing that Neuralink posted on its website. So it's all a bit of a mess on purpose, but here's what I think is going on, okay? Now, hear me out. I think that the registry for the UAE Prime clinical trial says motor control for the plausible deniability with FDA regulators. But I think that the recruitment materials say speech restoration so that they can get the patients that they actually need for the trial, which are speech-impaired people. And DJ's presentation makes it all sound very future-focused, to control the public narrative, because they weren't ready quite yet to open up that Dallas facility. And if the UAE has been doing that work since May, then that means by the time that Voice has showed up in November to the USA, they've already had 6 months of speech data from a lot riskier of surgeries with half of the monitoring collected outside of FDA jurisdiction. And then maybe they're able to use that data to inform the Dallas trial design without the FDA knowing where the preliminary data came from. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities that could happen with this. And think about it, that's probably why they're keeping the actual FDA like voice trial hidden, because they don't want anybody to ask, why there are two speech trials with completely different documentation. Because right now there are two different versions of what's happening in the UAE, one on paper for regulators and then one in reality for the patients. And what's scary is that at the end of the day, this is just Neuralink exploiting vulnerable populations, not only speech impaired patients who probably don't realize that they're just the beta test trial for the real FDA trial in America, but Neuralink specifically chose the UAE for a reason. I mean, lest we forget, it's a place with human rights abuses and a lot weaker of oversight. And if they're willing to recruit vulnerable patients with contradictory information, run riskier surgeries with less monitoring, and collect data offshore where US regulators have less reach, who's to say what other vulnerable groups they'll do it to? Because blind sight is next, and then it's psychiatric conditions, and then chronic pain patients, and if Neuralink did this once, they'll do it again. Which is why I check the clinical trials website every week, because I don't trust a single thing they say. And neither should you.
Clinical trials, so they're like trying to like do it. So they're trying to do it on populations with less oversight, so that they can fuck up a little bit more. They can do a lot more riskier freaking procedures. Which is kind of crazy, because their liability when it comes to like doing this in other populations or other people or on a different place in the freaking world, they'll be able to mess things up a little bit just to gather data. Just for the sake of gathering data, a person's disability might get worsened, and they would say there is nothing else that they can do. There wasn't the procedure that worsened the condition of a certain freaking person. Plus, they go with someone with much more, they'll be able to because they're dodging bureaucracy. It's either dodging bureaucracy or what she's saying, or they're being shady ass people, or they're dodging bureaucracy because in the face of freaking progress, bureaucracy sometimes fuck things up a little bit. You're being too safe-ish, things like that. Kind of sounds like that, but yeah, unless you want Neuralink to be in the next 30 years, the progress is gonna be slower and much more ethical and much more expensive. They're gonna be bankrupt in it. They're gonna get bankrupt in the next 5 to 10 freaking years if they don't do those freaking things. If they don't circumvent bureaucracy, because it's way too freaking expensive to be able to do those freaking trials and to bankroll those freaking resources to be able to do those things. That's why they're doing it like that. Or they're probably just like cutting freaking corners just to buy another yacht. Yeah. It's probably either or of those freaking things. Alright, next one.
I think there's something in the
I think there's something.
I think there's something in the water. I think there's something in the
I think there's something.
I think there's something in the water. Something in the water. There's something in the water. I think there's something in the water. There's something in the water. There's something in the water. There's something in the water.
That's all they freaking did. That's 2 minutes. I think there's something.
Something in the water. I think there's something. I think there's something in the water. I think there's something in the water. I think there is something in the water. I think there's something in the water. I think there's something in the water.
Yeah, there's something in the water, bro. Yep. shit, there's something in the water. I think there's something in the...
Shenzhen, China, and this is the newly opened Shenzhen Bay Cultural Plaza.
By Mad Architects.
Mad.
We are firm believers that architects should not be sculptors, they should be humanists first. The only people on the team that are concerned about the human condition. So we often get cynical
of blobbertecture.
This is incredible.
Blobbertecture.
So much of Shenzhen, all around, they're just throwing up buildings so quickly, and they're really well built.
They're getting better and better every year.
Oh, absolutely. This country is just evolving so quickly. You need to come here and have a look.
And yes, it looks like an AirPod. That's the nickname.
In Australia, buildings are taking 302 days to get planning permits. Here, they're just like, get building, hurry up. Isn't that cute? It's just like a few little spaceships have just sort of docked here for a little while, soon to take off.
That's stone, man.
Stone.
And those expansion joints, it looks like expansion joint, they look like gutters?
Yeah.
It's stainless steel gutters.
And they look graphical rather than like an engineering solution. Each of them's got this little skylight at the top of it that fits with their geometry. And look at the way it just sinks into the earth and the greenery. We're walking along and Kev's just going, Jesus, bloody hell. Like an Aussie, that's the level of discourse we're getting out of him. He's been all emotional like. We just bumped into a Scottish guy that came up and just went, what the? Did you realise China was this far ahead? He's like, they're leapfrogging us, bro. And it's like, yeah, no, like it's like everybody needs to come here and just see them getting on with the job. Look at the cantilever.
Oh, wow.
It's stone and it's thick, like it's not just a really thin veneer that'll eventually come off. Like that is a serious bit of stone. Look at the perfect geometry when you look back at it.
Wow, that's really thick. I thought it's just a little thin veneer.
Yeah, no, it's serious. Mate.
And the way they've integrated the vent grill into that, almost like a fat seam, is really beautiful.
So this is the perfect example of designing all of the other elements as well. So not waiting for the engineer to say we need an expansion joint, not waiting for the services consultant just to whack in grills, but integrating it into the language of the architecture. It's nice how it comes down, you get a clear expansion joint, and then it folds back to become that light. Oh, look at that. It's a little bit rougher on the inside, wouldn't you say? The outside's built really well. This has probably been done at a bit of speed by the look of it. Oh, and there's the skylight that we saw from the outside. Pretty nice.
We're in Shenzhen, China, and this is the newly opened Shenzhen Bay Cultural Plaza.
By Mad Architects.
Damn.
Mad.
Hala, bululakaw! Hala, Diyos ko, bululakaw! Hala! Hala, bululakaw! Hala, Ginoo ko, Lord! Hala! Hala!
Bululak. It's a signal flare. Let's see. Yeah, it's a flare.
Did you know that one of the most radical ideas about
finally
didn't come out of productivity culture, but from a mystical philosopher? Simone Weil believed that attention was a form of prayer. In her essay, Reflections on the Right Use of School Studies, Weil says something astonishing. Whenever you give your full, quiet, undivided attention to something, you're training your soul in how to attend to the divine. Prayer for her isn't about words. It's about how deeply we're able to look at something. Now this sounds a little bit abstract, so look at it this way. Think about how rare real attention is today. We're constantly interrupted, half-present or overstimulated. They would say our crisis isn't moral or intellectual. It's a crisis of attention. We've forgotten how to look at one thing with our whole mind. Every time you focus deeply, every time you wrestle with a difficult passage, every time you sit in silence long enough for a thought to form, you're not just studying, you're shaping your inner life that makes study meaningful. So if you ever feel scattered or ungrounded, try this. Pick one sentence, one task, one question, and give it your full attention. Simone Weil would say that this is a form of prayer. And honestly, I think it could be the most sacred thing we do in a world that is built on distraction. Did you know that one of the most...
Okay, that's just it. Finally. Finally, I can go watch Hulk now. I can go watch Hulk now. I'm probably gonna go watch Hulk or probably gonna go to bed and just pass out and sleep because I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit of energy coming into me because I just slept the entire afternoon, which is fucking great. I don't know why. I don't know why I slept through the afternoon. Like the entire day was like bright and like very there. But I guess I gotta do this. Anyways, that's about it, guys. Yeah, that's the VOD. Wait, wait a second, yeah, let me see. Did it get blocked? Did my upload get blocked? I think they do get blocked. Once you like, yeah. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to like, let me see. Yeah, it got blocked. It got blocked? Wait, let me see this one. Oh, what? It got blocked. Visibility blocked. Oh my god, one of my videos got blocked. Shit. It got blocked. Yeah, it got blocked. Fuck that, bro. It got blocked. Damn it, it got blocked, bro. Should I like damn, everything just got blocked. I don't even know how VOD watchers will be able to appreciate these things, man. Yeah. One now. Well, that's about it. Gotta go watch The Incredible Hulk. Or like episode 3 of Stranger Things. Probably Hulk. Probably Hulk. Gotta watch The Incredible Hulk. Gotta watch Incredible Hulk. Gotta have... yeah, I gotta watch Incredible Hulk. Oh, I gotta watch Incredible Hulk now. Oh, I gotta watch Incredible Hulk. Ah, I gotta watch Incredible Hulk now. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Dropping by the stream. I'm gonna save my VODs in YouTube eventually, but
didn't come out of productivity culture, but from a mystical philosophy.
Oh my god.
Simone Weil believed that.
Yeah, I gotta like mute all these freaking things to be able to upload them on YouTube, to be able for it to like last there. So that's about the thing. That's